All right, all right. So I put the link out there. Let me pin it up. Geechee, Juan, Canis, Truth, salute, salute. Oh, Truth, come on up, man. So I want to finish this conversation. And Stone, salute. All right, let me pin that so we can continue what was starting. All right, so once Fantastic's thing load, I will put it up on the thing. But oh, Melody's here. Hey, Melody.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm waiting on Truth and Sister George, possibly Sister George.
What are
Uh,
we talking about?
well, this is a continuation of what happened on Fantastic Streams just now, where she was discussing something with Truth, and I want to keep the conversation going. So I only caught like the last 15 minutes of it, but it was, and the reason.
Benefiting from something.
Hold on.
Be a dude they fucking.
And the reason why I wanted the reason why I hopped on, but I decided to even not push this point, and I guess I could push it now, is because Sister George was talking about the psychological issues, and I know that you don't really have a dog in this fight. Psychological issues that exist in the Black American women's community, and that they should seek therapy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Which maybe there's some truth in that. I have my apprehensions about the efficacy of therapy. I mean, keep in mind that we have a therapist here in this space who's not very bright. However, he is very big, and I have my questions about that. Didn't really have time to go into that, but one of the main concerns. What really was disturbing to me about what transpired in that conversation was that Sister George, and if the previous people aren't going to come up, I'm just going to end it. But Sister George had something to say about the social climate that created the psychological issues for Black women. But when I was on the show last week, and when I was listening to the show last week, there was this Keisha is the same as Maria from Colombia. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. You admit just now on Fantastic, if I understand properly, you admit that Keisha needs therapy. Maria doesn't necessarily need therapy. They are not the same. Keisha therapy, Maria no therapy. Keisha therapy, Maria no therapy. So I wanted to dig in, and I know she's not going to come up, but I wanted to dig into that. I wanted to really explore, like, okay, I understand y'all need therapy. Should Black men stay behind and wait till you get it? Like, should we just like, okay, and on her 40th birthday, like, okay, your therapy is complete. Here's everything. Like, so that's what I really wanted to dig into. But hold on.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I know you don't have a dog in this fight. I know you wasn't there for Fantastics, but that's what I really want to cover. But I wanted to give Truth and Sister George a moment to finish their conversation on that, and then I was going to get into that. But Hamel Forrest, what's on your mind?
Oh shit, nothing, man. But damn it, man, they was talking shit over there, boy.
I only caught like the last 15 minutes. What did I miss?
Oh man, basically it just started on Fantastic talking about a motherfucker was talking about telling him about how it turns him on when when he sees his chick fucking other dudes.
Yeah,
And he went into like talking about nigga, that's a nigga 1,000 dicks or some shit. You know what I mean? Talking about, man, oh god, that shit was funny as hell. I'm like, hell no. I would not accept no woman like that. And that relates to a woman who has a high body count, period, across the board. You know what I mean? No matter her profession or what she does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I was telling people about. Like, hey, does the body count matter? You know what I mean? To me, in which it does highly so.
So, okay, so that's how it started. That's interesting because I know that people have that particular fetish. I don't encourage it in my personal life, but you know, I just understand that it exists. You know, it exists primarily amongst white guys. Once again, I don't know why, but you know, that's how they get their kinks. So I just ignore it. But yeah, I can see why a black person doing that would be new to what black men consider masculine. I get it, but I don't really have a dog in that fight either. How did the conversation switch from that to what I heard in the last 15 minutes?
I mean, yeah, it switched to 2-3 other things, man. Like it switched to the third subject, you know, right when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
but I'm not fucking with no chick, dude. I'm not fucking with no chick, dude, with high mileage, bro. I'm sorry. You can keep that shit. No, I mean to you.
Well, okay,
I know you said. You know what I mean. To you, you know, it doesn't matter. I know, bro. I mean, I know this, and I mean, I don't know these things. You know that you proclaim on to the highest mountain. Yes, but to me, nah, bro. Nah. You know what I mean? Like, cause high mileage equals fucked up body. You know what I mean?
Hold up right quick. I'm gonna I'll get to that. Let me get Fantastic because I know he has something he has to do today. So go for it. What's on mind, Fantastic?
Hey, what's up? You just asking for like a reference point of the conversation, I guess?
Yeah, just generally like, you know, an overview of the conversation and everything.
Yeah,
I was trying to give Truth and Sister George a chance to come up, but I don't think they are. So
okay, yeah. Just the original conversation started because of the whole game bullshit and a dude telling me that you know, cucking for a woman is okay. Especially not
you're breaking up.
A woman that spent her life hold on, I'm switching over from hold on.
Okay. So yeah, here we go with the game thing. So I was going to do a pre-recorded video on this, but thank you for being channel member, Melody. The game thing is not, it's getting way too much attention. So Danica Marie just did a video on it saying that, you know, guys who are asking how to get women are lame. You know, I didn't ask her to do this. I didn't coerce her to do this. This is how women see you guys. The only women that stay around is the women who want to manipulate you. I mean, I hate to say it, but there it is. Now,
can you hear me now? Do you see my bad? I was switching over from Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. So no, that was the thing, man. So yeah, a dude that pretty much was talking about being cool or dealing with a prostitute type woman, not just a regular woman, but a prostitute, bro. And you know, his bottom bitch, you know, taking her on, and later on in life, he not only did in the current time when she was actually out there being a pro, he enjoyed it and he was turned on and aroused by the fact of her dealing with another man, but he didn't see anything wrong or have a problem with that woman taking care of that woman and being his woman after she's done a lifetime of dick, you know, penises, you know, and taking that woman on and providing for her, protecting her until they both die, pretty much.
That's why I was saying hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'm open and I'm understanding regarding people's sexual fetishes. However, I don't think that should be a justification for marriage. Like, no matter what your sexual fetish is, just because somebody's willing to fulfill it, that should not be reason enough to marry that person, no matter how unique it is. So, yeah, I'm definitely with you two on that one. So, yeah, if he's offering, you know, rings in exchange for, you know, having his particular kink fulfilled, then he's going to find himself unhappy in the very near future. You know, at least that's what I've seen from now. So
why not get it? Why not get a chick from overseas with a low body count, damn it, and you know, young, hot, sexy, childless, loyal to you?
Well, let me ask. So typically game dudes is looking for validation and adoration of male peers. But it seems like his fetish is just the opposite.
Well, no, that's what I'm telling you. No, this is the third time I've heard this, GC. This is the third time I've heard a game guy, you know, I think two out of the three claiming, you know, the pimp lifestyle, that they have no issue and problem. Not only do they not have an issue and a problem with a woman selling her body and then returning directly back to him and being involved with him physically, that's a turn on for him. And then furthermore, you know, the third guy that we both ran into, to where he married the chick, and you know, he was cool with, you know, his old lady doing things. Bro, the whole point of marriage is exclusivity for a man. Marriage is still a situation of dominance and control, especially for a man, because you're giving up the ultimate sacrifice. And this woman, should you expire, all of your belongings, all of your hard-earned work, and all these things that you've accomplished in your life go to her. So for you to say, I'm going to marry this woman, and if I die, expire, whatnot, what have you, she gets all of my shit while she samples other dicks, bro, there's a major issue and problem with that. I understand the sexual fetish and all these other things. Hey, do you? Everybody's grown, do what you want. But then you're countering the point and institution of marriage by allowing that woman to be dominant because she required you to wife her for her to stay around, pretty much. All right. This is my assessment. This is what isn't what was said, but it's clearly what I say assessment. Because if you tell me,
yeah. I ain't mean to try to, like, you know, mess it up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but thank you for coming on and bringing that clarity, though, to what you was talking about.
This is my assessment, man. No man is going to come out and say it, because again, and even that in itself, a man has to look like he's in a position of power. But if you tell me you were with a woman that helped you build and do all these things and whatnot for years without a ring, then all of a sudden it comes to a point where you have to marry her. And not only you have to marry her, you have to give her free range for, you know, a pickle peck of pickle penises. You know, I mean, well, damn, that's
it
telling
shall
me
never happen over here.
You know what I'm saying? That's telling me that she's in control. She pretty much gave you an ultimatum to say, hey, not only are you going to marry me, if you want me to marry you and stay and be happy, I'm going to have options just like you have options. And that's just not, and these are the same people that will use terms like alpha and beta, and they would call other men cucks. That's what I'm saying. So that's my problem with it.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, that's weird. I mean, to each his own with his fetish, but yeah, don't be that dude. Don't be that dude, because basically you're trying to say that your lifestyle is an alpha lifestyle.
Exactly. That's what's killing me. Yes, exactly. That's what this is.
But
this
when
is
it's actually you're settling.
This is what's in this. This is what's hot in these streets, GC. And I'm like, hold on, bro, what are we doing here? But none of the game is calling this shit out.
Oh, they'll never call each other out. They'll never call each other out because they're their only validation, you know, for themselves. Basically, I'm alpha. Just ask this guy, and he's validating him, and it's just mutual validation. So they're not going to do that. And that's what a group of people with no actual, you know, proof of being alone with a woman will do. Like, oh, why do I need receipts? I have this guy, and game recognized game, so let's just recognize each other. But no, being overly compromising to a woman is not game. And it's really just, for one, it's something that anybody can do.
That's what they've been doing for the longest, though, GC.
Well, I mean,
That's what these
so
motherfuckers been
if you
doing.
sell your house for $25, you're not a good salesman. You know, I mean, and you could say that I sold 100 houses like this, but you're not really a good salesman. You just, you know, you're just giving a unreasonable deal, and that's what you're doing in these situations. If that's not your particular fetish, then you're selling yourself. You're selling your husbandness. You're selling your ring. You know, you're selling that at
That's
a
basically
price of
swinger
the
shit, right?
divided, right? I mean, it could be swingers stuff, but I mean, let's face it, he's not really in cuckold situations. They're not getting another person. They're not. There's nothing to swing. Like swinging is typically like, you know, I sleep with your wife and you sleep with mine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not getting a wife. He's just getting a single guy that's smashing the same woman.
Oh yeah, there are those motherfuckers. Yeah. I
I'm
know
not,
what you mean.
I'm not talking to the cuckolds in the literal essence of it. It's more of a open relationship. I'm using cuckold from the slang term. I explained that earlier on my channel. So this is what people would still refer to. If you are knowingly dealing with a woman that you're claiming as your woman, okay? If you're knowingly dealing with a woman that you're literally claiming to the public, and she's dealing with other men, and you know about it, you're a cuck. You're being cucked. I understand by the literal and technical definition, no, that's not what it is because it's involved in like childbirth and all these other things and whatnot, what have you. But for the modern definition of cuck, you are dealing with a woman you are claiming, and then that woman at the same time is out here again sampling other penises. You are a cuck.
Now,
And
is he allowed to see
Basically,
other women?
yeah, they're both dealing with whatever. From the two P's I heard they said it. They said, well, of course they were pimps. So, or alleged pimps, I don't know, however it goes. But and they were saying the woman would come right off a job, and the one dude, not the dude from today, but the dude from before said, "Hey man, I kissed him right in the
Oh,
mouth with an F. I can't. It
hell
just turned me on.
no.
It something to me." And the dude today, he did say it turned him on. He said, and I'm telling you, man, it's just this weird, erotic thing as to where they get aroused by their women being ravished by other men, by other penises, man. They got to get up in there. They still want the residue. GC, I don't
Fuck
get it.
that. Oh
They still,
man, yeah, that would do something to me too, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even want the hole to close back up all the way. GC, they want it. Like, hey, you just hopped off of that. Hey, give me that. I need it. So I don't get it, man. But these dudes are the ones that tell you that you're lame and that you're this and you're that and you're all of these. How much better they are than you, and how much easier it is for them to get women than you. When again, bro, you are the one being pimped. You're a clown.
true. True. I mean, once again, like what a person, what gets a person's goat is one thing, but you know, if you're gonna mention how to live other people's lives, then yeah, you're opening yourself up to critique on yours, and that's something that I wouldn't definitely do. Like, so there's several types of open relationships, but generally speaking, what you're describing is an open relationship where it's open.
You got me.
Yeah, peace,
You got me
fantastic.
fucked up. You got me fucked up, dude. Yeah, peace, fantastic. But yeah, you got me fucked up, man.
Well,
No,
it's open on one end. Like whenever you really open up a relationship like that,
I got you,
you're
but
going to find.
that's another element of basically of a scarcity mindset and not recognizing the value in yourself. You know what I mean? Especially when you're going like and kissing this creature
Mhm.
that's been around all these other motherfuckers. No.
So, Mugen Black, I want to thank you for the $2.99 cash. I appreciate you. Yeah. So, all right. So nobody. Well, of course, Hanma came. I appreciate you. So, but outside of that, and they said they would, or at least True said he would, but you know, since they're not gonna come, I guess I'll change the subject. All right. So, listening to
Damn. Yeah.
listening to Danica Marie. Oh dang! I should have asked Fantastic what was his thought on the whole Maria situation.
Yeah.
Somebody said something earlier, but that's what got me. I mean, you know, and Melody, if you want to hop down, it's fine. I understand.
What happened with Maria?
No, this just goes into what was said on Sister George's panel. Who's your friend, and you just hopped up here, not knowing what the subject was about. But this goes into what was said on her panel Wednesday, and that was that Keisha from the block is the same as Maria. So if they're both poor, why not support Keisha from the block? Now, I think that was highly disingenuous, for one, to say that they're the same, and for two, to say that you have even access to them.
Okay.
So,
and then...
so
can I ask you guys a question? Because I don't want to answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say, why aren't they the same? I'm just speaking in general. Like, what makes poor Maria and poor Keisha different?
There's a number. Go for it.
I mean, it's family structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have more values installed. You know what I mean? That they follow, and the Keisha from the block, she want to be all super ratchet and shit like that. You know what I mean? And in the form that we are known, for all this time. But the females over there, they're more chill, humble, cool. You know what I mean? It's more likely they'll be more submitted to a man than the Keisha from here, from the States.
Right. Now, do we agree that there can be Hispanic Keishas as well?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Both foreign and domestic.
Right. So, but when we're talking about Keisha now, we're talking about Black girls now, right?
Yeah, generally. Keisha is a pejorative for a ghetto Black girl, basically.
Right. Okay, no, I was just asking. I get what you're saying. Yeah, because we already covered that. Like, women overseas, foreign women are way more submissive than Black women here.
Right.
Yeah, we covered that more than once too. Yeah, man. But yeah, keep covering them here to let them know shit. So they can. Yeah, I need to start seeing them, and even chicks that are like 3 or 4s or whatever, 5s, all of them. Damn it, till I see them all in the streets. Damn it, hell, submissive, nice. You know what I mean? Speaking, saying hi. Smiling. Even if you can't smile like that, damn it, hell, if your teeth fucked up, shit, just smile without opening your mouth.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because damn it, these damn saber tooths now, damn it, they getting out of control.
Yeah, facts.
And you don't look nor sound like a damn saber tooth, so. No cap. I'm not
definitely. No, I get it.
So JJ says something interesting, and that is Maria don't have the U.S. family court. End of story. Absolutely. So, which alone is fine. Like, there is a difference, and Wednesday I would understand if a person who's never been there wouldn't understand those differences. The problem comes in is when it's clear that you do understand the difference. And here, I'm going to play this. Thanks a lot, JJ. Oh, by the way, once again, your girl is prettier than you are sexy. And that's something else that comes from their culture. All right. So, are prettier than you are handsome. My bad. All right. Let me go.
Therapy. You hear me? Counselor. Do what you need to do for you versus fucking staying in this rut. Because you have the money to spend on frivolous shit, on Miami trips, on motherfucking Patron, on whatever the fucking newest strain of weed is. Shout out to motherfucking VA and shout out to New York. I know y'all niggas about to be blowing shit up around there. You really don't care about yourself. You have the need and the opportunity to take care and fix those issues. You just choose not to because you don't find the value and importance of it. You're cool with, like you said, I'm agreeing with you. You're cool with the cycle. Anybody that's not okay with a cycle, what do? They get help. They do something to fix it.
But you still have a society. But the whole thing is you still have a society that endorses this fucked up cycle.
Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. So this here, we show a clear understanding that we live
I wish you would have hopped on earlier, though.
Yeah, I wish that Fantastic would have stayed on longer. But right there is a omission. Like, we live in a society that perpetuates this cycle. So if a man wants to leave the society that perpetuates the cycle, it should make all the sense in the world and not be subject to any scrutiny whatsoever.
But it is, though, you know what I mean? And it's, I don't know, man. It's like, and from what I'm seeing, Kevin Samuels is the one that's taking that damn that tool damming and hammering away and shit. You know what I mean? All this bullshit that he's knocking down these walls. You know what I mean? That's been firmly built and shit like that. So he brought out what's been talked about.
Well, I am too. It's just that Kevin Samuels has a gas-powered jackhammer, and I have a chisel. But we have the same goal, definitely.
Yeah.
He just has a much bigger, much stronger hammer. He has a wrecking ball, and like I say, I have a chisel. But no, we definitely have the same goal. But I mean, it's what I wanted to point out was that it's clear that here, society is perpetuating a cycle. So why not get with a woman from a different society? I mean, there has to be a clear understanding of the difference between Maria and Keisha. There has to be. Maria did not grow up in the society that you just criticized. And Keisha did. Point blank, period. And as a result, we get the things that JJ and, all the other brothers in the chat room were saying. That
I mean, that's what Sister George and the women's perspective, that's what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? They're gonna criticize, the other nations, their Keishas, you know what I mean, make it seem like, as if they're on the same level.
Right.
Or less.
Right. What's going on, True?
What's good, bro?
Nothing much. All right, let me get City of Truth in, and then we'll go to you. City of Truth, what's on your mind?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? From what I gather, so far, from just a little bit I've heard, it seems like the girl is seems like she got a problem with the rhetoric of Kevin Samuels. Am I correct?
No, I don't think so. No. So just a little background. This is Sister George, and I'll play the clip. But earlier this week, she was saying that why are men going to, or are you okay going to a foreign country to, something a poor girl, or be a meal ticket to a poor girl. They were questioning, should a guy feel comfortable doing such a thing? The short answer is yes. I mean, I know you would be comfortable letting her starve and letting him jack off, but generally speaking, this seems like a win-win. Is my short answer. But during the conversation, it was brought up that why aren't these guys doing it for Keisha down the street? And the question was posed from a place of Maria and Keisha are the same. They're the same woman. Why not just go down the street and do it? But
I mean, it's because Keisha, damn it, from Colombia or whatever, damn it, will be down with my program.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was stated here when she said that, the social conditions of America are making the women this way. And it's like, so why not leave the United States if that's what's making the women this way? But right here, it's clear that there is a difference in you do understand that there's a difference between Maria and Keisha. So that's what I was getting at. Your thoughts, City of Truth?
Yeah. My thing is this, is that for so long, I've heard so many Black women in the U.S. try to intellectualize their deficiencies when it comes to femininity. And they'll say things like, well, it's the social conditions in America that makes me the way that I am, or I'm the way that I am because I grew up poor, and and these other women, they grew up more privileged, and that's the way that I am. But you go to other parts of the world, and there are women that are poor, but they still have a level of femininity and submissiveness to the men in their communities. So that
it's because they recognize it's all a choice, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then and what it is people like her. She's questioning why black men are going overseas, but she's not asking, okay, how can black women address it? What can black women do to change, or how can they modify their behavior so that the men don't feel the need to go overseas as much? That's what I got to say.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's gonna take a lot of stripping off of all the elements of what made them to be the woman that they are today. You know what I mean? So yeah,
well,
that's it's gonna be a hell of a lot.
It's funny that you say that, City of Truth, because on their show, I came on and I did bring up that point. I'm like, there really wasn't during this, because they were already hours into it. And I said, during this discussion, at no point did anyone say that the reason that I am, at no point did anyone say that Black women should change to suit their needs, to get them to stop going. So I pointed that out.
They could change, but for a lot of them, dude, they're too far gone. Like past 30, they done.
And okay, well, I mean, what are they doing to convince the next generation to change? And I kind of touched on that here. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Y'all understand that there's a need for psychological help. What are you collectively doing? Like we have the manosphere. We're talking to brothers. We're reaching out. Like what's being collectively done on the woman's end to say, bitch, get help, lose weight, get your own damn hair. Oh, and by the way, I mean, if you want to know why men are going to Brazil, the short answer is the hair you buy grows out of their scalp. So,
you hear me?
Yeah, there's a number of reasons, but we're going to go to Truth and see what's on his mind.
That was a good one. Their hair grows over there. That's funny as fuck. Yeah. It really does come down to, what it is? I've come full circle and I've become like a legitimate sexist. So what I mean by that is I think that it's genetically impossible for females to naturally take accountability. I wonder if they ever do. Like if you make them take it, or if they show you that they can conceptualize what accountability is. I don't even know if that's authentic or just them memeing and miming and doing what they think people want to see and hear. Because internally, it has to come from a sense of responsibility. Deep down, because that's like the last gentleman was speaking, what he was talking about is how they're always doubling back to society this and environment that. And it's not that there's not truth in that. Of course, there's truth in the fact that you're a product of your environment. It's that who cares? Like, who cares? What's the effective utility? One of my favorite military expressions is a tongue-in-cheek expression where they're like, where they ask you, what is the effective range of an excuse? Meaning, like, an excuse has no use. You cannot use an excuse. Oh, hey, sorry, this happened because of this. It's like, okay, we're still fucked, but at least now we know why. And so, like, women are always looking for that. Well, as long as I don't have the negative emotion, they fear negative emotions in general. So it's just like, oh, as long as I don't have to take the blame, I guess we haven't actually suffered the consequence anyway. Like, who cares? But they still want to go, it was society, it was my mom, it was the environment, it was da-da-da-da-da. Whereas the flip side, like if you take it to how men help each other grow, we'll do something very similar. We'll say, hey, you were brainwashed with Disney bullshit. You were, abused by a single mother, blah, blah, blah. But then the final sentence is, and it's on you, nigga. Nobody cares. It's on you. You suck. And that way, if you don't suck, you're amazing. Like, you own your success and you own your failure. It's yours. Whereas the nature of a female is to want it to be a group project. Oh, I'm not my own person because by default, I'm supposed to check for what my group thinks. And that's kind of true. They're beta by design. They're supposed to be beta. So I think they're in this caught in a trap because they're both trying to be equal to men, and I'm masculine, and it's 2021, and I can be just as good as any man. And it's like, yeah, but that means that you have to stop fucking crying. And that means you have to shut the fuck up and improve and stop asking for understanding, because you don't give understanding, so you don't get to expect it. And the world shouldn't expect understanding, because you don't get the trains to run on time and the power to always work because of understanding. In fact, you have those things working because you don't have understanding. There's no empathy. It's perform or die, perform or get fired, perform or be replaced. And so I think what really needs to happen is women are never going to be able to take accountability. Really, like I don't even think they live in a world of accountability. I think that they live in a world of access and consequence. Like children, like seriously, like children. Like you would never expect a child to become fully cognizant of their role in situations and what they contribute. They're only going to be able to see things myopically through their own selfish aims, and no one's going to hold it against them because they're kids. And I feel like women are grown children. Like they can only think about themselves. They can only be victims. Even when they're saying they need to take accountability, they're finding a way to not take accountability. And yeah.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate just a little bit, because I kind of know the answer to this. But what do you say about if someone were to say that she was taking accountability? She admits that women are this way, that they have these psychological issues that we describe, and she was saying that society has made them that way.
There's something to that. You could argue that there's like a yin and yang to nurture versus nature. It's both, right? There's first there's a biological predisposition that creates the culture in the first place, but then it's like an Ouroboros, like a snake eating its own tail, where now that biology which influenced the culture creates a culture which influences the mating patterns, which then affects the biology all over again. Mm-hmm. So you could say to some degree women are the way they are because we as a species made them that way. Actually, again, I wouldn't even necessarily have a problem with that. I think it only becomes a problem because they think, and they have the agency in the modern day, that they are equal to men, and that all these realities are not the case. They only see the world in a way that is convenient for their narrative of, I don't even know, narcissism, really. Like they just want to be an amazing superstar, hero, victim who's beat all the odds and owes nobody nothing and doesn't got to take no shit. Like I don't even know what meme women are even trying to live out nowadays. But in that meme, there is no even historical recognition, biological recognition, ancestral recognition. It's very superficial, here and now. Here's how I feel. Here's what I want. I rarely even meet a woman smart enough to talk about the past or blah, blah, or variables.
So when you ask the question, which trope are they trying to follow? What they're doing is they're attempting to pull from three basic tropes, but the intersection of those three. I'll go into that in detail in another video, but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so they're one way with they're pulling from one Black woman trope. Like, oh, today I'm Olivia Poe, and tomorrow I'll be Medea. They're kind of doing that, whatever the circumstances provides. And this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate result of not deferring to male leadership.
That reminds me when they say, I could be a bitch now, but I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. I'm trying to get along with them, but I can get ghetto now.
Yeah, I mean that's what's going on. Like we're getting like we as men are getting confused, as Black men in particular, because of the code switching. So like we can't really just let's pin down what's going on because we're not getting any consistency in behavior. So yeah, that's definitely a thing, unfortunately. Now you wanted to say something, and I'll fast forward to the part where you were talking, but because it seemed like you had a very poignant thing that you wanted to get out. So let me give you an opportunity to do that now.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, to what topic?
Well, to when you were on Fantastic's panel and you were trying to explain something. Well, yeah, I'll play it right quick.
Oh, for sure. Most obviously feminist, but it's probably deeper than that. Just this narrative entered the female culture of cognitive dissonance, where they're simultaneously victims who are empowered, right? They're entitled to things that they don't have to work for. It's like there's just nonstop cognitive dissonance. That's where you find them saying things like, I don't want to be a traditional wife, but I want traditional treatment. It's just narcissism. It's like everyone's going out of their way to not call it what it is. Like, women are incredibly toxic as fuck and selfish, and they got it from their mothers who were pretending to be victims when they weren't. And so, like, what Sister was talking about, you got to sympathize. They were raised in a toxic environment. I'm like, yeah, I guess. But, nobody really does that for, racist people. Nobody says, hey, racist people were probably raised by a racist family. We just hate them motherfuckers. Like, ignorance is your responsibility. Nobody's entitled to sympathize with your inability to take accountability for your failures. And blaming your toxic environment is like, it's like guys can't do that. I don't get to say that. I don't get to say, oh, my mom was bad to me. My dad was bad to me. Bitches will never give a fuck. The world will never give a fuck.
The difference is that you actually have a system that holds y'all accountable, while this system actually encourages That's totally.
And I'm gonna let you say what you were trying to get out before you're interrupted here. But I can't get over that she agrees that the American system allows women to get over. And it makes sense for a man to go to women who were raised in a system that doesn't allow that. I can't get over that. But go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like she was giving she wasn't doing it on purpose. She was actually really, I did appreciate, she seemed to be good faith, right? But she was ironically demonstrating that women are so fucking uncomfortable with just owning an L. Just owning an L, full stop. No excuse, no pity party, no blah. Just, individuals have meaning. Like the concept of an individual having a meaningful existence is that they're not a robot or a slave or an animal. It's like there's meaning in the choices they make. And so in order for you to get an accolade and an attaboy and a congratulations, you have to be capable of the opposite, the shaming and the embarrassment and the failure. And it's like they only want to appreciate the positive ownership of choice. But whenever a negative ownership of choice arises, it's like, let's just deflect that to the community. Let's thin out that negative emotion as thin as we can get it and spread it across the entire community. And then act like that's some kind of level of self-awareness. Like, I'm self-aware because I'm finally recognizing that I'm a product of my environment. It's like, what the fuck? You didn't put that together in high school? You didn't figure that out by the time you graduated. Like, that's creepy. And it's not a good care. It's not, she was trying to make it sound like it was a positive side effect of growth, that people hit rock bottom and then turn around and realize, I've been fucking up. And I'm like, rock bottom is typically like drug addiction, sex addiction, depression, deflection, denial, avoidance, something connected to a trauma where now you're doing a coping mechanism to run away from said trauma. And very rarely do you have somebody actually sitting you down and expressing in a very empathetic manner, hey, here's what you're doing wrong and here's why we don't like it and we wish you would switch. That's like almost an intervention. It's like, no, that's not what's happening to females. Females are 24/7, probably by the time they're in middle school, having different guys telling them, hey, you're kind of toxic. Hey, you act like your shit don't stink. That's why that song was a fucking hit. You think your shit don't stink, and it's crazy. And she's like, I don't know, because I could sit here and deal with this and grow, or I could just go get immediate validation. And because deep down she doesn't have integrity, she doesn't even value character. It's on some shit like if someone came up to her and said, here's a group of bad people you can get fame with, and here's a group of good people and they won't like you, but you can earn their respect by being good. She's going to go hang out with the bad people and be a shitty person. Like, the way I put it is, chicks will suck Darth Vader's dick. And they want to convince you that they're like this fucking innocent angel, when it's like, no, it's not just that you fuck with bad boys. you don't respect morality. That's why you don't reflect morality, because you don't value morals. And so you hang on to that trope of, oh, the fairer sex. Females are the fairer sex. Women are the, with men are the bad ones. They're the perverted ones. And women, they're so motherly and wholesome. It's like, no, humans are human. But what's interesting is men like to grow. Men like to be great. And then they have to ask themselves, what does greatness mean? And that's where morality can come in, philosophy, etc. Women, they don't even care about greatness. They just really care about status and group approval and appreciation. Greatness has nothing to do with that. Greatness might mean everyone hates you. Like, men are willing to be hated at their peak. Women are, that's their worst fear. They do not want to be hated. And so it's like, as long as they're getting love, they're biologically satisfied. But then they get to vicariously live off of our morals, which is part of what they appreciate about us, our morals and our philosophy. But then they act like it's theirs. They're like, oh yeah, I'm a good moral person. In fact, women will even act like, oh, I own the children. Who would know what to do with children besides me? When ironically, they're already revealing that they're possessive and non-empathetic to the child and look at the child as an object and not a living person. And they're not even thinking about what's best for the kid. They're thinking that they always know what's best for the kid and they will own it and they don't even have to think about it, because it's never about proving the greatness. It's about the entitlement to whatever satisfies them. Whereas the man's like, okay, greatness can't be whatever satisfies me, because what if what satisfies me is weakness? And it's like, everyone, I can be the biggest fish in a small pond and feel like the shit, but I want something more than that. I want true greatness. Like, whereas a woman's just content to be the tallest midget. Really, like, she's content to be the baddest bitch in the room and that's it. Have the nicest clothes on in the room, etc., etc. So I think on a deep level, there is no real button you can press on a woman's being to make her go, oh, accountability, because it doesn't go with their nature. It has nothing to do with their existence. And anytime they pretend that they do care about accountability, they're just saying that because they know that it's a camouflage.
You're kind of
okay,
wrong on that.
Let me read these super chats, and then I will let what is Hanma, right?
No, Hanma.
Okay.
Hanma.
Right.
Oh, Baba Hanma. Oh,
yeah. Oh, my bad. Laz Zulu. Actually, you're next. So I'll let Laz Zulu go after I read these super chats. It says, JJ, once again, appreciate you, brother. It says, when you realize you are food to be consumed to the American woman, you will start looking for the exit. That includes all races. Absolutely. And only the poor man can escape the system, or I think you mean can't escape the system because they have nothing to lose. Or no, you mean can. No, makes sense. All right. Thanks a lot, brother. All right. And Gino, appreciate you. In fact, that deserves a banner. Appreciate you. It says, women get upset if they're treated as property. However, they want to use men as financial utilities. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like wanting to sell yourself and not be considered property. It's a weird dynamic, but that's where code switching comes in, So yeah, and I can see some of the conflict that you described, Truth, really stems from what society is telling them is going so harshly against their genetic makeup that, they are confused. They are like in and out of flux. It's kind of like I'm picturing like a white kid in the 1910s or something like that. And, everything everyone told you was that, these Negroes, they have tails. They have tails. And then you meet one and you don't see a tail. It's like, okay, I don't know what to do with that, because what society is telling me does not match up with reality. So it seems like one of those scenarios that they have found themselves in. And don't get me wrong, I agree that society is aiding in allowing them to be this way, because this way allows for hyper consumerism. Like a woman who gets married at 19 and is focused on getting her kids to college is not thinking about $900 shoes, nor is she trying to sleep with a guy based on how expensive his car is. So not only is she not seducing guys to spend more money on frivolous things, she's not spending money on frivolous things herself. So there is a economic incentive for encouraging this culture. I agree to that, definitely. Well, let me go to Zulu. Zulu, go ahead.
All right. Basically, I kind of had a few points necessarily. Women are very accountable when there are rules and regulations. It's like, but they're accountable when there's punishment. Just like if you would, just like if any of us, right? If you just want to go, you can go out in the world and just rape anybody you wanted to, right? And there will be no consequence. Who knows? You may do.
You gotta say grape, brother. You gotta say grape.
My bad, grape. If you wanted to go out and grape somebody necessarily, right? And there was going to be no backlash or anything. You go to work tomorrow, no one's going to mess with you. Anything with your friends going to be cool. You would be like, all right, it's just a little grape. It's all right. And that's how the women look at it. It's a very, very simple concept.
Half of them
do it
on accountability.
Right quick, Force. I agree to that to a certain extent. You see, when men had the power to do that and such things were legal, i.e. Roman slave society, or the antebellum South, things like that, laws were initiated against it, like to a certain extent. It was to a certain extent. It didn't get out. I'm sorry.
You mean for you or for their own women? Because that's a difference.
No. Well, eventually for both, but that wasn't a matter of morality. That was a matter of something else. But and we're talking about here. But generally speaking, like people like Augustus came forward and say, okay, we need to stop with this old bull, because they know that it destroys society, not just base the morality of men. But granted, if there were laws that clearly stated that your ex-wife still had to fuck you, I think that you would see a difference in how men live their lives, and men would probably be very corrupt. But the fact that we don't make these laws and we actually make the laws to benefit women and protect women shows how they differ from us in that regard.
We or other people? I mean, because you say we, that's I mean,
I say we as men. I say we as men. We as men make see. Here's the thing: we gave them the right to vote to protect themselves. I mean, there were selfish reasons, but we didn't have to do that. It was done because we wanted them to protect themselves. If the situation were reversed, they would never do that. They seem to be comfortable watching our continued suffering over and over again, even when it affects their kids. So, because let's take this Keisha versus Maria thing.
No, I got one more thing to ask you, if you don't mind.
Okay. Let me just say this. Women are more comfortable sending their daughters or sending their sons to Keisha versus Maria, telling their sons that there's no difference. They're comfortable doing that. Where men, if given the power, we'd be like, oh no, you ain't fucking Lil Wayne over my dead body. We will say that he's not the same as a, African millionaire or something like that, So we will say that because we actually want what's best for our daughters. It doesn't seem like that's the case for the sons. Go ahead, Zulu.
That's true, though.
First off, when it comes to women necessarily, you have to understand that the first thing is that most your average American Black woman is a white supremacist by default. I think it took me kind of at least about a year, really, just kind of actually looking in actual studies that most your average run-of-the-mill Black woman is pretty much a white supremacist by everything but necessarily name. Mm-hmm. The proof is kind of just in the pudding of how they raise their kids, by what they decide to do, what do they think is right and wrong for their kids, and everything. It's basically lock and stuck with white supremacy. They just call it just being a Black mother, basically, but whatever. And the concept is women understand what they're doing is wrong. It's just that long as I'm not going to be punished, why should I stop? And that's just a simple thing. I'm gonna go as far as you allow me to go. If I cool, you let me come in your house and I'll take your food out your refrigerator. Cool, that's fine. You allow me to do it. Hey, that's on you. I mean, that's your food, that's your refrigerator. You allow me to do it, I'm gonna keep doing it. And that's just the reality.
That's what you're saying, but like Truth was saying, men are bound by their own morality.
Our morality is bound by necessarily by what we were taught originally. But me personally, I kind of took
we were taught because the generation of men before that had morality.
Yeah. What morality is in itself is kind of a fluid thing, but
when I said that men care about morality and philosophy, it's not to say that like literally just by being a male born,
I never said that.
Right. So really, what I'm saying is that on a general sense, if we look at the human species, philosophy is a male endeavor, right? Like women are bored by philosophy. They're usually educated by it, taught by it. They rarely teach it, because it's not something they care about. Now they care about the group. They care about the riches of philosophy that allows them to teach the group. Like women love self-help. They love all that, nurturing self-improvement, whether it's nurturing the body or soul shit, right? That's their shtick. But the meaningful look to the stars and make sense of it, that type shit, they wish they could do it, but for whatever reason, they don't try, or they do and they can't really do it. And then they look to men for it. That's why, like, in every single major civilization on Earth, they're not all sexist. Yet you will find the philosophers are men. They're not females, and no one told them they can't. No one said, hey, bitch, no female philosophers allowed. Plus, keep in mind, there are tons of female cults throughout history where females get together, no men allowed, what have you. There's so much opportunity worldwide throughout human history for females to have even one major philosophy. There's none. There's no female prophet. There's no female real scientist. People will pick out one or two that are like super manly and tall. Okay, but if you can find an actual feminine looking woman who's a scientist, and it's not like some weird exception, but a common trait in a society where like, oh, look at this society. And in fact, instead you do, Jordan Peterson points this out all the time. You go to the most sexually free countries like Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, etc., where they're incentivizing women to go into the STEM fields. In these countries, they have socialized healthcare, a government stipend of like an equivalent of $2,000 a month, as well as food stamps. So there's nowhere near the same level of economic pressure. And what you find is, even though they're encouraging women like crazy to go to college in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, women don't do it even less, way less than the rest of the first worlds like the United Kingdom, Germany, America. Because
I think you're missing a few things, man. I mean, personally, you kind of was going on for like a little tangent, and I ain't want to say nothing. But actually, the first thing is, yeah, when you said this, you said, oh, like they like to do the self-help thing. I think it's already known what humans are selfish by nature. Women are selfish 5 times. Like by if you were in comparison, it was like a woman would be like a man would probably be like what, 3 on the selfish or 4 on the selfish line. A woman is like a 10. So you know what I mean. And that's the first thing we got to kind of understand. But we understand that because how much she's gonna look out for her best interest. You don't look out for your best interest. Now since males in this society, I'm not gonna say males in this society, but since the government and people have decided that sacrificing you is the best action, or the action that's better for, I guess, a action or whatever, it's it is kind of is what it is. Now the men necessarily, as I see it, have to understand I'm going to be more specific, but let's say with black men have to specifically understand that what makes a woman your woman?
I'm sorry, what what makes a woman an individual man's woman? Like what her swearing and maintaining loyal to the swear of loyalty, not sleeping with another dude, etc.
Mm-hmm. Right, and which we would both kind of agree with that in base all things, right? Basically the loyalty to you necessarily, and therefore the group. If you to say, if we was expanded to what is it? The society at large, basically, right? And you have a group of women who basically for like the last, 10 generations have basically been telling you that F you, we independent, we gonna do what we want to do, and that's basically it. And the policy necessarily, I don't see most black men. Most black men don't understand that, or not you're not saying but they right. They don't either.
A bitch with absolute devotion.
That's no such thing.
So so connecting to what I was saying, right? The reason why I was bringing up the fact that if you go to Sweden, Switzerland, Netherlands, what have you, and where they're encouraging women like crazy to join the STEM fields, which are like 90% male dominated. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, 90% dominated by males. And again, that 10% that's female, these are not thick, chunky bitches with nice tits and ass. These are 6 foot tall chicks with broad jaws, and they're thin, right? Which are indicators of low estrogen, high testosterone, meaning they're not super feminine females. So what you find is in these countries where they're trying to encourage women to go into these fields dominated by males, is if the country is very liberal with a lot of social policies, she's even less likely to go into male-dominated fields. And instead, she's a part-time nurse, caretaker, kindergarten K-5 teacher. They don't even teach high school as much, right? So basically, in other words, they become more stereotypically feminine when they don't have to worry about provisioning and surviving. And what you find is in these Germany, United Kingdom, American countries, is women are expected to provide for themselves, and so they take on masculine roles and begin to want to be more masculine, because masculinity, if you take it back to the biological perspective, is simply representative of the X versus Y. Like, it's just either it's the species saying, look, the female's going to be the reproducer, the male's going to be the survivor. Like, and never should those roles cross, because if the guy's trying to
actually that's backwards.
Well, here, let me.
No. What I'm saying is the dimorphism. It's called sexual dimorphism, right?
I understand the concept. I'm saying you have it wrong.
I feel like there's some oversimplifying.
You will be the producer.
Well, no, it's important to simplify it because civilization is 2021. That means it's the Gregorian calendar date of 2021 years of counting. The Homo sapien race is 50,000 plus years old. Okay, our DNA is way older than civilization. And our habits, our behaviors, our instincts, our desires do not come from civilization. And so it's like, realistically, when we got these habits, our life expectancy was 20 to 25 years. Pregnancy fatality was 90%. So like 9 out of 10 chicks died giving birth. That's why niggas love wide hips, because it means you're less likely to die. Big tits, to breastfeed, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just like, all the instincts that females have are directly connected to that. So it is that simple. They're trying to complicate it. They want to pretend that they're these moral people. That's why I say they'll suck Darth Vader's dick. Because at the end of the day, if Darth Vader's going to provide for them, they're going to suck the shit out of that nigga's dick, right? Whereas a nigga will die on his sword. A nigga will, death before dishonor. Right? Like, men, our masculinity becomes our identity. And our identity becomes our cerebral processing power. It's like, how much of a man are you? How wise are you? How much do you know? How aware are you? That's how we compete. And so you see clans of men building these giant hierarchies of strength, power, competency, but also a diligence and appreciation for meaning and philosophy. There's no empire in history that doesn't have a huge devotion to some kind of meaningful relationship to the world around it, and some rule book and some code. And it's not just chaos and do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So let me Forrest has been waiting for a while. Let me get you in here. Forrest, what's on your mind? Apologies for the long wait.
Yeah, to where I'm down there drained.
Yeah, you probably.
But
yeah.
To where, like, you know what I mean? Hey, I'll come in then when I come in, but damn it, shit, my motherfucker just drained me. He didn't went to a whole nother realm with it, damn it.
Okay, no worries. Archer, go ahead. I know you waited for a while. Archer, go ahead and come back up. You're next when you do. All right. So, City of Truth, I know you left and came back. Did you have something else?
Yeah. I wanted to expound upon what the other brother was saying about civilization and men and women and that kind of thing. He's absolutely right. Men build civilizations and build hierarchies based on ethics and honor codes. That's how men go by. It's kind of how men judge each other. We evaluate each other, see if we're competent, see if we're trustworthy, and that kind of thing. And women's hierarchies are kind of like built on. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when you see a group of girls, especially in the Black community, it's like they take the prettiest girl and they make her the leader. Or in our community, it's always the light skinned girl who's the leader of the group of girls, and that's just how it is. And I've observed that.
I don't know about that, but I do know that.
I can definitely tell you that much. You're right about the prettiest one.
Well, I've observed that, and I've even approached women about that on YouTube and in other forums. And I asked them, why do y'all do that? Why do y'all make the light skinned girl the leader of your group? Or why do y'all make you know what I mean? And
I don't know if it's so much as that, but it's just like the prettiest girl of the group, though.
I think that's the opposite. I think it's the dark skinned one or the fattest
one.
No,
it's
I don't think the color is a. I don't think the color is a factor. I don't think the color is a factor as more so as the prettiest girl. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if she's dark skinned or light skinned. You know what I mean? Hell, if she's the prettiest of the group, they're gonna put her as the leader.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah. What happens is, you do see that dynamic. You do. I'll go out in public and I'll always see the light skinned girl. She's always the leader of the group. The dark skinned girls are like her protection. Like she uses them as her protection, her vanguard or whatever, and they all protect the light skinned girl. And it's just for whatever reason, this is how women get down. This is how they allow themselves to get down. Then they want to come to men and tell us that we're colors, but then look what they do to them amongst each other. How can they get mad at us when they behave like that amongst each other?
Okay. So what I want to say to that is I'm with Melody, because we all come from different regions, and every collective is different. But it's my understanding from my life experience that it's always the ugliest, bruised knuckle, I could beat any chick up chick that actually ran. They have the same definition of alpha that the men do. In a sense, that's what I notice amongst Black women. However, amongst other groups of women, it's always that stereotypical mean girls or clueless, blonde. And this is probably because all I know about their society is what I've seen in the movies. But it does seem like they follow the pretty girls while our girls follow the fat chick that can bench her weight because they're afraid not to. Right.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, so it seems like you have a different perception. Like, I wish that they followed the pretty girl because it would encourage them to be pretty themselves.
You can't beat genetics, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You can't beat genetics, my friend.
Is they're not following?
No, I mean, you right quick. By that I mean, like, no, you can't really change your genetics. However, a woman can, like, not be fat as hell, and she can't. I mean, though she can't change her eye color, she can take care of her hair and stuff like that.
I mean, y'all said a key word though. You know what I mean? Follow. Whatever she follows, so is she.
Well, I mean, think about that scene, and Melody is familiar with this because she's from the same place. Think about that scene from Lean on Me when you had the pretty girl, in the mirror doing her makeup, and then a bunch of, gorilla chicks just come in, that hail from the Jabari lands. They just come in, bullfight, woo, bullfight, and then they beat the crap out of her and took her shirt off.
That's how it goes.
So I don't think that
okay.
I don't think that the pretty one was the alpha in that case. It does seem like the bruised knuckle chicks was the alpha there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback on that one, and the reason I'm gonna say it is simple. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh yeah, the reason is okay. I'm gonna have to. Okay, a little bit by myself. I've been watching women for a long time, right? I come out of family probably pretty much every woman in my family who's had a child basically pushed out to girl. I'm probably like the only one boy born out of like 50 women. Like, I'm literally mean that. I mean, out of 50 women born, I'm probably the only boy, right? So I've watched women for a long time. The pretty chick is usually the chick that is usually quote unquote the leader. See what I'm saying? She is appointed that position because she's the prettiest, because reality is the pretty chick can do things that the ugly chicks can't do, but she bring all the boys to the yard. By default, she can bring all the boys to the yard. If the ugly girl can bring, if the cute girl can bring, let's say 20 dudes right now, right? Them dudes also got friends that she can pick up on and see what I'm saying? Try to swindle a couple of drinks out of, or you got that one cute friend that she comes, she invites her other, she got her ugly friends around, and you go talk to the cute one, and then all her ugly friends is there trying to pick up the scraps in the background. That's the reason that the other girl is put to the top, but she's put to the top for nefarious reasons, but she is put to the top for a reason. That's why it's a pretty girl.
I don't see the ugly girl at the top. What I always see is it's the light-skinned girl who's the leader of the group, and then the ugly girl is her bodyguard. That's just what I've seen. She's the one that cock blocks in the club. You try to ask her out, that ugly bitch gonna stand in your way.
I can't stand that shit.
I see that too.
That's kind of what they do. And that's what I've seen. And it's not just black women. I've seen
so white girls do it too,
way. Like when I was like when I was in I think I was like in, was not elementary. Like I had this really crush on this Hispanic girl, and I was gonna ask her out. She was walking home, but she had her fat, like red-headed friend with her, and the whole time that fat friend was cock blocking me the whole time. I'm trying to get the number and shit. And I was like, God damn, that was my first experience with cock blocking. But that's what happens. That's what they do. Across all races, but especially in the black community. It's always the feminine girl, and the masculine girl is her protection. That's what I got to say.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I see that too in some instances, but usually as the pretty one of the group, the dark skin, I'm saying dark skin, I'm sorry, not dark skin, I don't know where my head is at. The ugly girl is always basically jealous of the pretty girl.
Basically.
Nah. Because what happens is the ugly girl, see, the girls that attack pretty girls, that only happens under certain context. That's when, you have and a lot of times it's because the ugly girls feel that they think that the pretty girl thinks that she's above them, or she's better than them, or something like that. It has nothing to do with the fact that
she is above them and she is better than them. Listen.
Yeah,
and listen.
Yeah, but she can't act that. Well, she can't act on it though. You got to understand it. If she acts on it,
be able to. That's my point.
Put back
That's
in
my
our
point.
place.
She should be able to. Listen, in every other community, the pretty girl can behave as if she is above them and better than them because she can, and the women know it in the hierarchy. They know who's the alpha because she's the prettiest and she is above them. Our community is backwards that way. That's what I'm saying. If we had a community like everybody else, then the ugly chicks would know their place in the hierarchy, or the lower.
No. You're right in the sense. You have points, but I feel like your points is just kind of off in the sense. Like I'm trust me, I've seen it. The cute one is the one who's running the show. But it's a team. Like it's a team. Trust me. The fat one knows that the ugly one that knows she's not getting no man. All she's basically either doing is either A, cop blocking, or two, trying to keep the group together for her own benefit because she would get no male attention, right? Yeah. The second or third, let's say better looking one, she has no problem with men approaching because she understands that cute girl is gonna bring not only the best guys, she's also gonna bring their friends with them. So in their mind, they're looking, okay, well, I may not get, see what I'm saying, top one dude, but I can damn sure get the 85 dude or the 92 dude. You know what I mean? Or the second dude in place.
But think about it. She's running it. She's only hanging with her because she can get guys. So she's running it. She's like, all right, we're gonna go out. We're going to get these guys. You're going to get them to buy me a drink, too. Like, I've lived it. I was the pretty girl at one point out of my crew. And I did hang with ugly girls and big girls and all different types of girls. And it would be like that where they would want to go out. They would call me like, let's go out. We doing this, we doing that. And it's almost like they're running it just so they could get the leftover guys.
Well, no, you're running it because you think this train don't move unless you move. See what I'm saying?
It moves or she gets her ass whooped.
No, I mean on this tip though, I mean if I can come in.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead, man.
On this tip, if I can come in, I would at least say though, man, like just because a chick, maybe more naturally, more beautiful than the other chicks, that doesn't mean that the chicks who are not as good looking though should just feel like shit, about themselves, like have like such low self-esteem and shit. Just saying though, because because if a dude come looking better than you and shit, like should you like keep your chin tucked?
That's it.
Like should you keep your chin tucked? Keep your head down. Like oh you better looking. So yes sir. Oh fuck you. That's what I'll say.
That's not.
There is
I wish a motherfucker would.
No. The hierarchy for men is based on a number of things. However, we do defer to it. You better, because like if I'm stuck in the forest and there just so happens to be and behind enemy lines for some strange reason, and a Navy SEAL just comes and says, "Hey, when I say get down, you get down." When he says get down, I'm gonna get down. Like what the hell? Like that we defer to the most competent person in the situation. That's who we defer to. If we were physicists, we would defer to the smartest person or the most experienced person. If this was if we were athletes, we would defer to our coach. And
but just because somebody made
real quick, because a woman's quality of life is based on her beauty, then for her entire life, a woman should defer to the beauty of better looking women. Period. She is better at you than you at life. Okay, so here, let me so Classy just came to donate. He says just came in, wanted to donate early. Appreciate you. Melody, I appreciate yours. Hadn't when I noticed. And Gio, I appreciate you with the $3. Appreciate you.
Can you take my other thing down, the first one?
Yeah, sure. Oops. Hold on. Okay, so that's done. All right, so yeah. Oh no, that wasn't you. That was Chris. That was Chris with the $3. Appreciate you, bro. And Melody, I also appreciate you being a channel member. All right. So I'm just saying that they have a different hierarchy than. First of all, Black women have a different hierarchy than every other group of women on the planet, and yeah, which is unfortunate. Like I wish that they got down like all the other chicks. Now, and to prove my point, I want to show y'all something. All right, here, give me a second. Did a video on this maybe a year ago. I'm not even sure it's the same one, but no matter what, you'll always find it. It's pretty much the same thing. All right, so now, as you can see, from what you can see, this is clearly the hotter chick. Well, you can't see it now, but let's look. Boom, 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 boom. Who's the alpha? Who's the alpha? Who is the
That's
alpha?
just two women fighting, man.
Who is the alpha? Who is the alpha? And there we go. The ugly bitch wins. And the man just stands there. And yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Alpha.
I would have broke that shit up because, like, all that damn hair pulling and shit. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Like, hell, I'm all for, like, females like fighting and shit like that though, Devin. But hell, but get it in without all that hair pulling though.
I'm not for it. I'm not for it because we allow them to fight like that. They were able to create this backwards hierarchy. The less attractive chick should know her place. That's why we got so many 49ers and stuff. They don't know their place.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm with you. I'm with you when it comes to that shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this, GameChanger. I actually disagree. I think that the chick who was obviously, being sexual with the dude on the bed, she's actually the alpha, and she's being attacked because she is the alpha. That's the reason the ugly girl is attacking her. It's because of her position. She's
I mean,
doing the
that
sex.
could be one.
She
That's
would be.
one point.
She would be.
That's one shade of it, though.
Well, she would be if she was with a dude that actually wouldn't have allowed her to get harmed.
No, but if you look at the end of that clip, there was a dude that did grab the girl and was holding her back.
No, he primarily he was very passive with it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he did do something, but he was very passive with it.
So it
was already a thorough ass whooping before that happened.
He got there, basically. Yeah, you're right.
Because
I do want to inject a little bit of anecdotal evidence. Now, granted, because I remember when I used to go to school, when I was in high school or elementary, at least I think it was middle school. It was middle school. Sorry. I remember that we had this one girl who came in. She was new chick. She had a nice fat ass, but she was kind of like whatever in the face. Like she wasn't really that cute to me, but she was light skinned. And I can literally tell you that day she got into 4 fights.
Mm-hmm.
First day of school. It was her first day of school. She was cool chick. She wasn't even that cute. I mean, like I promise you, she was not that cute. But she was just the newest thing out in the school. She did have a fat ass, and she was light. So you can basically see her in her room basically before you see anybody else. And because of that fact of she was cute enough to garner a little bit of attention when she had a fat ass and whatnot. I'm telling you, the girls in there necessarily they got on her because I mean they wanted to put her in her place in the hierarchy or the hierarchy that they wanted to establish for her. And when she didn't necessarily go for that hierarchy or go for it, she became a friend. So they know who's the chick who could beat them or the chick that would give them a fight. They already know necessarily who it is. It's just if I can do it and get away with it, I'm gonna do it and get away with it. And if I can break this chick down necessarily, cool, that's good for me because that's less competition for me at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but we allow that. Like, did the boys stop that from happening, or did they just let that go? Exactly. Exactly. And we allow for that to happen, and that's why basically the pretty chicks feel insecure. That's why we don't have the same hierarchy that they do. Basically she would have started off as the natural alpha. However, she was put into a beta's place. They knew it was their job to be put into a beta's place. Now, had the men or the boys in this case stood up and said, "Oh no, we don't allow girls to fight here," especially gorilla bitches, can't fight the poodles. They just can't.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And the bitch she was fighting was she was like 6'2", bro. In middle, she was like 6'2" in middle school. She probably at least good 200, bro. This chick was huge, bro.
Yeah,
she was fucking huge.
That's what I mean. See, we have to protect femininity. That's what I'm saying. We have listen. If 2 6'2" broads want to go at it like Ronda Rousey and and Nunes, then go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, man, because you gotta think about that. You ain't gonna stop that, man. I mean, because bro, there's a lot of females that are influenced by that shit too.
However, when regular women get attacked, take Melody. She's like a foot and 3 inches taller than a midget, and you gonna let some gorilla chick attack her?
Yes.
Yeah. See, no.
I don't know Melanie. Sadly enough.
Yeah. Well, the point is that they are beating the femininity out of these women. That's my point.
Yeah, I can understand that. I see where you have the issues is. I understand what you're saying, but my level of pushback is to that is simply is women are always going to have that. I don't like the pretty girl because regardless, even if you got a set of pretty girls who's actually pretty, if you got a group of 8s and the 10 walk in, those 8s are going to fight that 10 just because the fact is she is a 10. Like see what I'm saying? Like that's just how by their nature they're going to do that anyway. So I don't know necessarily if you running out there necessarily going to do anything because, like you said, we can't watch over that chick 24/7. You know what I mean? And the more attention, as let's say, as a group of dudes, let's say if you was to all gather around the 10 chick and stop the issue with the 10 chick. Eventually, they were gonna catch up by herself, and that was gonna be the end of her ass. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like I understand you have some points, but some of the points is kind of like a little.
No, I mean, just because you can't protect her 24/7 doesn't mean you shouldn't protect her at all. Listen, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something else. Fair use. And then I'll read the super chats. Look at this crap. Now, it's obvious who's hotter. And this isn't because she's light-skinned. And, you know, some might even say she's not hot. Oh, by the way, for those of you who talk about dirty foot chicks, here's one of them. Keisha got dirty feet. She's outside.
Which one?
Not dirty feet. Keisha.
Yeah, she.
Which
no
shoes. Barefooted.
On the ground. The light-skinned one, the one whose feet we can see.
I can't see the feet.
You gotta let it play first, man. Gotta let it play first.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. Okay, Snuggle says, it would be interesting what David Carroll would have to say about this conversation. What would you think his thoughts would be on that? I don't know. He's pretty unpredictable. All right. There you go. Dirty feet.
God damn.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. So for all y'all who say, you know, why y'all got to go get a dirty foot, bitch? Keisha's right down. She got dirty feet. So, yeah. Just saying. And Terrence, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Snuggles. Terrence, thanks a lot also. I appreciate you, bro. All right. So now let's get to it. We see who's hotter and we see who's notter. Let's see. Let's see how this goes down. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Oh, well. Hey.
Yeah.
She's still in there, though.
So, fellas, when you see something like this, break it up. Break it up.
You're going to have to put this on Patreon now.
Break it up.
I think GameChanger, a lot of brothers
and it was brothers around, you know. See, just break it up. You are allowing these women to have the femininity beat out of them. Literally.
No, but I think a lot of brothers kind of look at it like pit bulls. Like if you have a pit bull and it gets in a fight, you have to just let it fight. You know what I mean? And then let them resolve it. You know, let them, the other dog resolve it the way they resolve it. Because if you get in the middle of that, the dog could attack you and take the anger out on you instead of.
I don't care if women attack me. I truly don't.
It's the same thing. Like if you get in,
hey man, to that 6'5" big, 300-pound big get on your ass, bro. A game changer now. You ain't that big now, but you may be big, but you ain't that big now.
Well, no. It doesn't matter. I got testosterone and shit. First of all, and second of all, listen. It's a matter of principle. Some things is worth protecting, and a woman's femininity is one of them.
But the thing is, if you don't know those shit, you don't know those shit. You don't know what's going on between them.
I don't care.
Okay, all we know, they could be lesbian lovers, and they could just be having a fight. If you get in between that, now they mad at you.
I don't care.
They feel like you disrupted their situation. So it's just the world that we live in now. You have to take those kind of things into account, man.
No,
GC, no. Captain
break up such events. That chick does not want to be tittied out on the ground, getting her ass whipped while everybody yells "World Star." Okay, this is not that, you know. And I'm not saying, listen, if this was another equal bruise knuckle bitch, then, you know, that's one thing. That's one thing. Bruise knuckle bitches have at it, you know. And if it was two girls going wild, you know, stuff, pretty chicks going at it, then, you know, hey, y'all can oil up and I'll water the mud. But this is something different. This is something different. The two shouldn't meet. This is unfair. Like if you see a boy beat up a girl, it's the same. This is the same principle. This is not fair. That woman's not a regular woman. Only women on similar tiers should be able to fight.
I mean, why you feel like it's your responsibility though to play referee?
Because we must protect femininity. How else are we going to get our sandwiches? Like if the femininity is beat out of all of our women, how are we going to get our sandwiches?
That's too much management.
It's not. It's protecting women. That's just what that's one of the innate responsibilities that we were born with as men. Like, with big penis comes big responsibility. Something. Shout out to Uncle Ben.
So what if she's known to get into fights and stuff like that? So you gonna run every time, like leave your job, leave your meeting or whatever. She's in the fight or whatever. Would you come running?
No, I doubt that we're dealing with a chick who is provoking, fights like this with these bohemians, not bohemians, behemoths.
Oh, let me tell you about that. The end of that story necessarily. The chick that I was telling, who was the light skinned chick who was fighting the chick that was like damn near like was 6'2", almost like had to be like 300. After they fought, guess who became the bestest friends?
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Well, see, you're not protecting her from not being friends with this or friends like anything like that, or from physical harms. You are protecting her right to be feminine. You see, you are protecting her right to be beautiful. You are giving her the ability to say, I am hotter than you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I can be as conceited and arrogant as I please, and there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Because GameChanger got my back. Therefore, anything I say and do to you and tease you for being ugly, I can do, and you have no recourse. You are recreating a hierarchy.
But only on one note. But only on one note where I would say. But only on one note where I would say that's bullcrap. Is if the pretty girl rubs it in the ugly girl's face.
She should rub it into her face. It's the only makeup the ugly girl gets. Like that, they need to understand that.
Then I'm gonna tell that ugly girl that, hey, knock her. Go ahead, knock her rock off, knock her head out there.
I mean, the other girl gonna say, "Bitch, I got man muscle." Then, bitch, it's time to go ahead.
That's why you protect her from that man muscle. You protect the pretty girl from the man muscle so she can exert her dominance. I got actual man muscle because I go to Wayne's gym and I don't play that shit.
At first, I thought he was serious, but now I know you fucking around.
The point is that these women need to understand that pretty girls are better. They need to understand that. They confused. That's why we have all these 49ers, because they think that they're regular. And anytime somebody tells you that they're not regular, they put their fists into it until Kevin Samuels tell them. That's why they're so stunned. Because they feel that they're on the same level as the pretty girls, but when in actuality and in the real world, they're not. They're not. They need to get pretty or get teased.
I actually, man, I'm gonna have to disagree with you again, man. The reason I'm telling you, this is I've seen it 1,000 times, man. I have a homeboy. My person how I run my life when it comes to my women. If she's not cute in the face and cute in the body, I don't even mess with her. I don't care. I may not fuck the bitch in a whole goddamn month, 2-3 months, hell, damn near whatever, bro. But if I don't see a woman of quality, I'm not gonna fuck with her. My homeboy was the complete opposite, though. And the crazy thing is, he always stayed with a bitch. He stayed with a chick. She can be ugly. He didn't give a fuck. As long as she had an A ass, not even a nice firm one, not even a big one, not even A ass. He was over there. So when you got dude unless you want me to start going out here fighting every other dude talking about because you got here getting wrong with ugly chicks, it's kind of hard to do that because you can't tap down. Well, I say, you fat and ugly and you need to go out and work out, and then another dude come behind me and directly say, well, fuck that, man. You ain't gotta be fat and ugly. You can be fat and ugly. I still love you. That's the issue. The quality necessarily when that comes to the quality of the men and the men that you could do. Because if black men literally came to these women and said, you fat and ugly, we throwing you into the ocean type of shit, or basically that's how we kind of had our mentality was about it, it would be different. It would be because they would have no place to go to. See what I'm saying? So that's that ebb and flow of it necessarily. If black men ain't willing to put their foot down on at least on that small thing, but like, all right, she ugly. We agree that she ugly. We only fucking in the dead night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the middle of the night, and we let her know we only fuck her 2 or 3 o'clock in the middle of the night, type of shit, and don't nobody claim her. And that's completely different from necessarily, oh, I got my pretty chick. Oh no, she ain't fat, she big. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue as I see it.
So Mr. Know-It-All says GC's going to change his tune if he ever has an ugly daughter. I don't think you realize what type of an asshole I am. So just to be clear, if I had a blind kid, I'm moving the furniture every day. If I had a deaf kid, I will say me moo 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 me me moo 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 me me moo moo just to confuse him while he tries to read my lips. I'm an asshole, okay? And that will extend to my children. And yes, if my daughter is ugly, I tell her to put out more to balance the scales. Damn it. All right. Now, let's see.
Wait, what did you say, GameChanger? You say you have an ugly daughter?
Yeah. Repeat that because you cut it out.
Yeah.
Repeat that for the audience.
I can't repeat that, but y'all gotta do that. But yeah.
I got you though. But yeah, I just wanted you to repeat it.
Nah, I was just joking. But the here's the thing, how do guys feel about beautiful daughters getting beat up by these bruised knuckle bitches? Explain me that.
Put their ass in karate class.
Well, I mean, pretty girls got dads too. In fact, they probably got rich dads because rich dads get with pretty women. I'm saying that they're better and they deserve to be treated as such, and they deserve protection more.
Yeah, there's little innocent girls, pretty with pretty hair, getting nair put in their hair.
Exactly.
What's happening out there
right now?
Yeah.
Right now, a pretty girl is getting her ass whipped because she pretty. Like that one chick that dude was describing that, she was pretty at the new school and she had to fight all my life. So I had to fight. See, that's not a pretty girl problem. That's what happens when you look like Oprah Winfrey. That's not supposed to happen when you're pretty. Listen, there is a certain amount of privilege that pretty women get that black pretty women just don't get enough of. And I blame the fellas on that.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's gonna come down to the like I understand what you're saying, but it's gonna come down to the men. If the men necessarily don't have the qualities or
how you blame the man for that?
For not protecting pretty girls. What the hell? From not protecting pretty girls from these bruised knuckle West. By the way, just for those of you who are not from around, the ugly bitches just swarmed out of West Oakland. Just fucking.
What I'm saying is the man ain't gonna be able to protect them because they're not going to be there 100% of the time.
Well, they will be there if they want some sissy. So, and yeah. And it's not a matter of me being there 100% of the time. When I am there, know that it's not cool. I walk you home.
When you're not there, we gonna beat that bitch ass.
No, I will walk you home from school until you are in the custody of your father/brothers. That is how it should be.
And so we doing it for free for no pussy. Yeah. All right. And try to.
No, you're doing it. It's for the next man. It's for the next man.
Oh, for the next man. Okay.
It's to preserve pretty for the next man. You see, whenever you get yourself a pick-me, you got to thank the guys who stopped her from getting her ass kicked when she was young. That's what you got to do. It's a cycle. Pretty privilege is why they are getting their asses whipped in the first place. Once they become the only protected class of women, female on female murder rates will rise. You have to protect them. You just got to protect them. Listen, y'all see those Mean Girl movies and stuff like that? I want it to be black women. I want a black girl movie. I want to see
what the hell?
I want to see like a school where a pretty black woman just walks around and takes her shoes off and throw it at an ugly bitch. Like and it's
Can you
okay.
imagine that?
Yeah, and that's how society works.
Well, I gotta say, man, I definitely gotta say, bro, Game Changer, you
then,
are.
Then if she does that, then she deserves to get a beating.
She might. It's not a matter of deserve. It's not a matter of deserve. See, it's a matter of knowing thy place.
Knowing thy place.
Nigga, they're not royalty. They're not royalty. What you mean?
No, but nevertheless, there is a hierarchy. I mean, your boss isn't royalty either. However, there's a hierarchy.
True.
You know, there is a hierarchy,
and he'll still get cussed out.
There is a. You think I care? You think I'll get cussed out in my personal life? You know, get cussed out all the time.
No, I'm saying like, and that boss will still get cussed out too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean. But when he gone, I be talking again. I mean, so yeah.
No. It ain't like that. Nah, I'm bold, nigga.
Okay. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that pretty women are better and should be treated as such. That's all I'm saying. You know, and because they need to know. They need to know from birth that they're better, or else chaos. That's the chaos that is the black community.
Nigga, them acting like that, like how you're. No, that's gonna create more chaos. You know what I mean? Because then the ugly.
It's not going to create more chaos.
Because then the ugly chick gonna be like, "Who the hell are you to throw your shoe at me? You hip." And then she's gonna run and beat the shit out of it. That's what's gonna happen.
She will her anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. And she will understand that she's more beautiful. And if you want the rewards, and that's why these chicks walk around with wigs and shit. Why? Because they don't see any reward in being beautiful. We don't reward beauty at all. We give them the same penis that we give ugly chicks. What's the reward? What is the reward for a beautiful black woman? I tell you what it is with me: protection and the exclusivity of my penis. It's only for you and other equally or greater than beautiful women. So they have the knowledge of knowing that. They do. However, most guys, they get like, wait a minute. You put this penis in her. I'm taking her leftover penis. That's what pretty women get. No, they deserve more. I would like to create a society where beautiful women are valued for being beautiful as a thank you for good genetics. However, you know, we just damn it, it's awful.
Yeah. You're just speaking a bunch of Babylon. Yeah.
My Utopia, yeah, or Asher, but nevertheless, these communities exist. These communities exist. These communities where women are valued for their community, for their beauty, exist everywhere else but in Black America.
I agree with you on that.
See, that's why our fat chicks don't know they fat. They don't know they fat because a prettier chick didn't throw her shoes at them yet. Like,
I don't know. Now I don't know about that one.
I think they don't know they're fat because there's black men calling them thick.
Yeah, that too. That too. We treat them like normal. We treat them like normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal to be that fucking fat. If an Asian girl,
I agree.
If an Asian girl was that fat, then she would get kung fu'd by the other bitches. She would get gymnastics by the other bitches.
But guess what though? I could just as I could take a chick melody size, I like a big chick too. I'll take them big, but it depends.
Well,
Like
then
we
make
already
sure
like
you treat her worse. Make sure that you make her clean the white walls on your tire, and make sure that you take her part of your roof. No, because like my garage needs a cleaning, and so does my oven. So yeah, like you have to be punished somehow. That's for damn sure. You got to be punished somehow.
But I don't think Ray means
like you got to sleep on the floor afterwards.
I think he just means like with a bigger booty and breasts, right? Is that what you mean?
yeah, breast thighs, you know what I mean? You know, the Chun-Li thighs and all that. Yeah, man.
But not like fat.
Nah. Even though I had them, even though I had them before and all that, but yeah, I stepped my game up when I recognized my value. So, which was over 5 years ago.
Hold on.
So yeah, no more of them. But yeah, you're right, Melody. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is with me on that one. But no.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about like, you know, what I mean, like, cause I'm ugly chicks, man, motherfucker, pretty chick threw a shoe at her, you know what I mean? She, you know, come on now, like, you know, I mean, in the name of all, you know, human to another human, you know, what the hell, like, motherfucker, what?
No, but I get where he's coming
she's
from.
She's gonna come and beat, she's gonna beat that pretty girl's ass, like for throwing a shoe at her, like simple as that. And then I'm a salute because I will shoot if a dude threw his Jordans at me and shit, damn it, hell, I'm gonna shove the Jordans up his ass.
What? So
well, what do you do? What if you do if a woman threw her shoe at you?
If she threw her shoe at me, I'm gonna throw it right back at her ass. and hope to hit her, and I'm gonna try to aim for the head.
Okay.
Real shit.
Yeah, nobody.
I'm saying your reaction to the woman is different than your reaction to the dude. Why? Because you respect her femininity.
Yeah. When you want to look at it like that, yeah.
And beautiful women have more femininity than non-beautiful women.
That's
how we determine what beautiful is.
Well, when they're feminine, yeah, but keep in mind though, there is some dime piece looking females though, but you know there are banshees at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, they're still better. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying
like,
that we as black men,
I can't just deal with a beautiful evil chick though. You know what I mean?
I can't deal with an evil chick, period. However, y'all think that these ugly bitches are
nah, your ass, you sound like them in hell. You will you will dwell with a damn evil, beautiful chick. GC.
No, I wouldn't. Trust me, if I would, life would be so much different than me. Life would be so much different for me if I would, you know.
I think he's saying he would just rather take a evil, beautiful girl over a evil, ugly girl. That's what I think he's saying, right?
Now on that one, Melody, I agree with him on that one. Yeah. Shit. But the bottom, you know, of it, damn it, shit. Hell no. I don't take neither one of them. Damn hell, they evil shit. Monk mode. Hell, I need her to be feminine. No excuses. No excuses. You cannot come to me with a damn saber-tooth attitude, bitch. No.
Yeah.
I'm saying that they get these attitudes because look at this. What kind of attitude you think she's gonna have after living a life like this? This is just another day for her. Look at this. She's trying to be feminine. She's trying to pull her skirt down, and it's just look at this. This is just like a repetitious beating.
Well, I mean, is that a dude? That
was a kick. Y'all see
that?
And look at this. And look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Muscles and shit. Not doing shit, but recording it. Not doing a damn thing. He needs to protect her beauty so I can get that booty. Like,
hey, now that right there, my boy. Now that right there, I feel you. Yes, sir. Amen to that one.
I feel like he definitely.
Look at this. And she talking to her. Don't be beautiful. Stop being beautiful. Stop it.
See, I would have heard up.
Be beautiful again. You
Oh
hear
my
I
me?
would
God.
I
You
would
see
I
that?
would have tackled. I would have snatched up both of them, and yeah.
Exactly. His brother's standing around with muscles and stuff. See how y'all gonna let?
God,
And
she
what do
looked
you
like a
think she's gonna grow
man.
up now? And she's announcing it. Look at what is that she got on her head?
But
Look at this. This
Diggy though,
see.
and typically though, in cases like this, typically, and there's probably other brothers in the chat too that can attest to this, that in exact situations like that, you'll find that damn it, when a dude does try to intervene to save her and shit like that, you know what I mean, to break that shit up, you know what I mean, properly, there will be some Pookie or Tyrone that will come through and try to keep him from breaking it up.
Hey, they can get it too. Beauty must be protected at all costs. And that's what they did. They deserve an ass whooping just for protecting ugly bitches over beautiful ones. Confused
any
ass
fight
niggas.
that I've ever
Right, I
got
feel you on
into,
that one.
it's like I never got far because a guy saved me. Not even gonna lie.
Look at this.
But what
Look at
you say,
now
Melody?
that look
I
at it.
didn't catch
They're
that.
walking her home. They're walking her home. I don't blame
she
her
have
for
no shoes on.
dirty
That's
foot.
messed up.
You see that? They walking her home.
Oh no.
Y'all see
They
this?
didn't
Y'all see this?
probably take
Y'all
her
allow that
wallet
to
and all
happen.
that.
And then y'all say stuff like, you know, oh, how come the pretty girls be messing with Chad or something like that? Y'all see this? Y'all see this shit?
I feel you on that hardcorely because remember that I have daughters, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's crazy.
So I would want, you know what I mean, you know, if I'm not around, whatever, you know what I mean, for a man to, you know, protect her and shit from situations like that. So
exactly. Look at this.
This is terrible.
And he's still just doing it. He's still just filming it.
But the twist
He's trying to
is
get a better angle.
But the twist is though, I teach my daughters how to fight though.
What the?
Look at this.
Oh, this is a bad one, GC.
Look at this.
Yeah, I agree, Melody. This is fucked up.
There's another man just standing around doing nothing.
Like those men are supposed to stop that.
Exactly.
Even if they don't have kids, that can be their little sister, you know, anything.
It don't matter. She's pretty.
Yeah.
And she deserves protection from those less so. But damn it. See, stuff like this aggravates me. Stuff like this aggravates me a lot.
I can tell, bro. I feel you, big bro. On that trip, I feel you, nigga. I feel you. You know what I mean? But I was talking about it more so in the fashion as like a chick, you know what I mean, disrespecting an ugly chick as in a sense like, you know, to show that she's better than her and shit like that. You know what I mean? Instead of just being chill, just being cool.
And another thing, my daughter's gonna have hands too, and she's gonna use those hands to make her husband a sandwich. Be damned if I put up with some crap like this.
No, nigga, that's what I said. My daughter's gonna, boy, hey, I'm teaching them, boy, hey, how to beat a motherfucker's ass.
No, I'm teaching her how to make a sandwich. I'm not gonna masculinize my daughter.
A sandwich, of course, teaching her that, of course.
No kind
but I'm talking about I'm talking about in the form of defense, so self-defense.
Defense is my job. It's her brother's job. Fuck that. Her job is getting her brother a goddamn sandwich. No.
So you don't believe that she could be feminine at the same time?
His job is to assure that he don't have to deal with no bohemian.
So you don't believe that she could be feminine and with those skills equipped?
No, she can't. It drains her femininity. It drains her femininity from her. Absolutely not.
Working out. So you're talking about working out, learning karate and shit.
No. You work out, but you do cardio. You ain't lifting no weights. No, there is
learning self-defense classes. You know what I mean?
Men defend women. Period.
Oh, nonsense.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, no, I feel you. Yes, to defend women, but then again, I'm saying nonsense is that, damn it, there's a reason why they have self-defense classes out there. You know what I mean? Because women are put in positions to where or
No,
they end up
this is the
they
position.
end
I'm
up in
saying that
positions to where like
men
there's
are
no one
allowed.
else around to protect. So therefore, you know what I mean, they does have to learn them skills so they can protect themselves when it's just them.
It should never be just them. For one, see, that's the problem. Too many women are comfortable being just them. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the
you should
problem though.
feel
But
unsecure and unprotected when this happens. No,
but I'm with a woman, you know what I mean? Hey, you know that she should be equipped with that protection, you know what I mean, by a man. You know what I mean? I'm with you on that though. So therefore, but these women put themselves in these damn feminist ass positions, you know, to want to just be all girl power, fuck man, you know what I mean? You know, so hey, that's on their ass, you know what I mean, for fucking up their possibility of having that good, powerful protection from a man. You know what I mean? So
she
I'm
didn't
with
put
you
herself
there.
in this position. She was born in the hood with a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays that film her getting her ass whooped. She didn't put herself in this.
I ain't say she put herself in that position. But then again, I mean, hey, like that video just started, man, with her just getting her ass whooped. Like, who knows? Like, she could have been just talking shit.
No,
But then again, there's no right though. But the thing is though, what I'm not for, is that jumping
like that
shit.
to two Bohemian chicks. And besides, even if she was talking shit, that's her right as the prettier chick.
I'm not for that jumping shit though. You dig? So that's one thing I'm not
it's
for.
not even a matter. It's not even. Listen and listen to me good. Any pretty women that's watching, you know, find a man like GameChanger, and you will find protection, knowing that this shit will never happen to you. You know, you will find protection, and you will find your place in a hierarchy of penis. But just understand that.
If they want you to protect them, nigga, if they will allow you to protect them.
If not, then take
they may just say fuck
not,
you,
take
girl
the ass
power.
You can deal with this, or you can deal with that. And you want to know what that is?
They may just say fuck you and girl power.
Of Bohemian bitches whooping your ass.
They may just say fuck you and girl power.
He's right. And that happens in our community. You get women who, if you try to protect them, they'll look at you as corny, or they don't want you, or maybe they want someone else to do it. They don't want you to do it.
And go right back to the nigga or fucking or to the nigga that they was fucking with, or back to the females, damn it, that was beating their ass, hanging out with them and shit, drinking. You know what I mean? Nah, man.
Well, I guess I'm just stupid. I do believe that prettier women are immensely more valuable and better than ugly ones. And
I'll say you got to do it somewhat tactical. You know, tactically, whatever, if that's a word.
Huh?
Tactical would be tactical about it.
Listen to me good. Say you only have 100, 200 pieces of paper to print on, right? And there are two missing women. One of them pretty, one of them ugly, right?
Man, I'm about to roll up another blunt, man. Fucking with you, boy. I wouldn't, but I got to roll up another blunt fucking with you, man. Shit,
how many lost person flyers do you make for the pretty one versus the ugly one? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
What was the
question? How many flyers?
Yeah, how many flyers? You have 200 pieces of paper. You have 200 pieces of paper. How many flyers do you make for the pretty girl, and how many flyers do you make for the ugly ones?
But it depends on like the situation, like what flyers for what.
They're missing
about
girls.
what?
They're missing. They were missing. They were kidnapped or something like that.
I thought you was talking about like either something like that or something like as in that involves advertising, like, you know.
No.
You advertising for a club or
no. You're trying to find a missing person.
Okay. I mean, hell, if it shouldn't matter. Hell, I mean, hell, the ugly girls are missing too. Shit, put them on there. They're missing. You know what I mean? So they have to go on there. You know what I mean? You don't just say fuck. You don't just say F them and just put the pretty girls on there. What kind of bullshit is that?
It's the right kind.
It's the right nonsense.
Kind. That's not nonsense. Basically, the correct answer is 134 for the pretty one, and no, 133 for the pretty one, excuse me, and 67 for the less than pretty one. That's the right answer. Because the pretty one is twice as more valuable.
No, I'm but if they're missing, hell no, fuck that, man. Because you know what I mean. Because that child belonged to a family, so you feel me.
Both children belong to a family. It's just that the pretty one is better. Like just because two people belong to a family, that doesn't make them the same.
Oh man, see. Look, now I'm getting to believing it to where just because a chick is pretty, you'll end up being a nigga in a dominatrix position. You know, BDSM. Your ass going you gonna be the motherfucker in a gag while she got your balls and a check on the platter.
Listen to me and listen to me good.
And she gives you an allowance out of your own money.
No, that will never happen. That will never happen. I am the dom, but I dominate pretty ones. The unattractive ones aren't worthy of submission to me. Pretty does not equal better. Yes, it does. That's what better means.
Wait a minute, who said that? Somebody said that?
Yeah, Joe John said pretty doesn't mean better. That's what better means. Anything that ends with means better. Like if somebody is taller, like it means the greater thing. It's better. That's what, damn it, John. That's what better is.
Boy, hey, Sister George hopped on right now, boy. She
Wait, but what were we talking about right now, though?
I'm saying that prettier women are more valuable than less attractive women, and that hierarchy should be respected and embraced in the Black community, yet it's not.
No, I get what you're saying.
No, see, Mr. Know-It-All, when we're talking about when the root word is something good. So if something was to say slimmer, then that would be the case because being slim is good. So yeah, when the root word is something good and then you put an ER, it means because it's better. Okay, the RX says, there was a time dudes would come at you just for looking at their girl. Yeah, I mean, not protecting our girls, this is madness. This is madness. You know, and by girls, I mean pretty
ones. I believe in, a protection period though, but then again, it's like, man, it goes back to say like where the motherfuckers are talking about before, like, hey, does she deserve my protection?
Once again, yes, by being pretty, she deserves a level. There are privileges that come with being pretty. It just is, and we have to maintain those privileges. All right, y'all saying hungrier and uglier. Listen, when the root word is a positive, when the root word is a positive, that's how that works.
I agree with you, GC. Like when you do look better, you do get treated better.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. If you and an ugly girl are in a beauty pageant, the prettier one is gonna win. It's just what it is. I understand what you mean.
Definitely I mean, but in that situation, though, like, what I'm saying is, though, like, that was a chick who didn't look as pretty, though, as that chick that was getting jumped on and shit. You know what I mean? Like, what? You just gonna, like, walk away? You know what I mean? Like, come on, what kind of motherfucker is you? You know what I mean? It's like being partial with your empathy.
Yes, I am partial with my empathy. Absolutely.
I agree to being partial on certain notes, but on cases like that, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not for that jumping shit, you know what I mean? Because I got jumped before too. You know what I mean? Like
I did too.
For about 4 years up until I was 16, and then you know what I mean? Because then nigga done lift weights and all that shit, working out and all that, yeah. And I wasn't having that then. So they knew and they started showing respect then. You know what I mean? That shit ended.
You want to know who protected me when I got jumped? Pretty girls.
Well, that's you. Shit. I mean, that ain't the same for a lot of men. You know what I mean? Like, pretty girl. Shit. That's you. That's you. Like, on that one. Well, not a lot of men has got no damn protection, no damn for no fucking women. You know what I mean? In the cases of when it comes to getting jumped by other niggas. You know what I mean? They may just stand there.
They pointed out how unfair.
They may stand there and watch, or run and go get other people to watch the fight and shit. But nah,
No,
they ain't
no,
gonna.
no, no, no. They told them to stop because the fight was unfair, and the guys listened because they wanted to fuck them. Period. Okay. However, it stopped me from a jumping. Now, because the fight ended, it may have taken a victory away, but that's okay. You know, because it started off with 2 people, and then niggas jumped in because niggas are niggas.
Now, like, you know what I mean? This is why I say them. I don't give a damn whether pretty or not. To
Huh?
To where to where the chick, if she's getting jumped on, I'm gonna break it up. You know what I mean? And let them two fight it out. If the chick, you know what I mean, who was getting jumped, started it. If she started it, you know what I mean, then I'm gonna let those two handle it. You know what I mean? Duke it out. But if the other motherfuckers jump in, I'm gonna break it up. And if they got a problem with it, then that's when I get into their ass while they finish their fight.
Okay. I will take it on a case by case basis. You know, it's a case by case basis.
Sometimes. Yeah. Case by case.
Yeah. Hold on.
And that's the problem with men too. A lot of men, not you know what we talk about in the space, how men will pick anything sometimes. Well, I feel like sometimes men treat ugly and pretty girls the same. That's why they'll go out and they'll have sex with fat girls, they'll have sex with pretty girls. It's like they have no standards, and I think that's kind of what GC is getting at.
Yeah, and when I was blue pill though, I didn't really have standards like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At all. Like, but it was until when I woke up and became red pill, you know what I mean, and recognized my value. And I was like, hell no. No, I was like, hell no, no more.
Right.
I want the authentic, not the generic.
Wait a minute. You get better treatment, but you don't dismiss a human being because they are not attractive. She could be very productive in society. Yes, she should be. She should be like, pulling carts with pretty women in it, like or chariots. Like here, and respect her humanity.
Hell, what?
Listen. I'm gonna do this again. Ronald Calhoun. Listen to me and feel free to come up. Listen to me. What about her humanity? What about her humanity, huh? What about her humanity, Ronald Calhoun? What about this? What about her humanity? I'm not advocating going around doing this to a woman because she's unattractive, but they are doing that to women because they're pretty. What about her humanity, Ronald?
And you see, with such teachings right there in that position, what she could have done with her left arm was do a quick turn with that damn elbow right to the chin.
What about her humanity?
So GC, you wouldn't teach your girl how to do like karate to defend
She
herself?
wouldn't need to. I'd teach her brother how to do it.
But if her brother's not there.
No, then know that there will be repercussions to come. Wild animals?
I get what you're saying.
Man, let me see. Let me see the chat room.
I would say repercussions to come. Well, what if she gets into a relationship with a dude or marriage, and then dude ended up turning and flipping on her and shit like that to where he ended up beating her ass and all that shit. And then there you go. You can't get him because this motherfucker done left town. So
I
now
mean,
she's all
once
half
again,
beaten now.
you can't protect from any incident. See, I think you're saying by your logic, if you can't do everything, do nothing. You know, I don't agree with that type of logic.
No, I'm saying like, she should have like some kind of level of defense though, but still know that
All
she's
right,
a
I'm
woman,
not
that
gonna
she's a
masculinize my
woman
feelings.
and that
No,
she should be feminine.
it's futile. Listen, these ninja kick flip chicks only exist in a movie. If a man want to whoop your ass, he gonna whoop your ass. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
Melody, I want you to go to school for 2 years and learn how to hit a person as hard as you can, and then hit a muscle bound nigga and watch him sneeze at you. I want you to see that. I want you to
This
see
nigga,
that.
man. Oh
Well,
boy.
honestly, I can't fight at all. So at
Oh boy,
all.
that's my nigga boy still, boy, but man, boy.
Yeah, I cannot fight.
I mean, no, like it's better that nigga to walk away with some damn bruises than with none for him putting his hands on you. That's what I'm
Well,
saying, Melody. You feel me? Like, when you rather have like the equipped skills, you already know, and it's innate in you already to remain feminine. You know what I mean? To be humble, submissive, cooperative, and all that. But you know what I mean, it's just better though still to keep those, to have such skills equipped to where you can easily be in this position right here, turn and knock the hell out of this chick with your left elbow.
Yeah, well, my dad always told me in school, he's like, if anybody ever come at you or put their hands on you, pick something up and knock them out. Like, hit them with it.
Yeah, yeah,
He used to tell
what
me
if she
that.
turn?
A
Like, what if she turn?
bottle, anything.
What if she turn and beat her ass? What if she turn and beat her ass? You know what I mean? Escaped, got out of the situation. You know what I mean? Went home to her man and gave him a sandwich.
But it's two of them. Two big old bull dagger looking chicks. Walking her
exactly.
home. It's going to be pretty hard to get out of that, you know?
Exactly.
Find something, a brick, damn it,
Yep.
boom. One's
That's
No,
on one's on
no,
the ground, damn it, she's
no,
stunned,
no,
and then damn it,
no.
then you get the
You
and
find a
boom.
you find a penis.
But if a penis isn't around, GC, my
But
dad
I'm
always
saying it
Right.
told me.
is. It is. They out there filming it. She should have said free hand job to anybody that beats the crap out of these bitches. That's what she. And then
Stop
we'll
it.
see who really got
He's a
hands.
comedian.
Then we'll see who really got hands after that.
Hey,
Oh,
nigga, calm down, nigga. I'm trying to roll, boy. I'm trying to roll. I can't even roll. Shit. Oh boy.
right. No,
I
but
can't even.
seriously, if you can't fight, you pick something up. Or you carry mace. Like I used to carry mace. I still do to this day.
Yeah.
You carry mace, you spray him in the face with it.
Whatchamacallit, true. But I mean, I think that mates don't work regular on ugly bitches. Like,
No.
yeah.
I never had to use my mace, but you
Oh
know.
shit. That man. Hell
Yeah,
no.
I think mace is like perfume to ugly bitches. Like, look at him. Look at this crap.
Oh, that's what really look like. That's what they're gonna say.
Look at this. You think mace works on her like regular people? Nope.
And why is she outside in a bonnet?
Because she's a soldier for ugly bitches.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm telling you, these bonnet chicks, the whole thing is weird. The whole thing is weird. And we allow that. We allow these bonnet bitches to go out and beat up the pretty ones. This is a damn shame. This is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
So,
that's fucked up though. Period, though, man. Like, I don't like that kind of evil shit though.
Me neither. And you know why?
At
'Cause
all.
I lived it. I lived stuff like that happened to me when I was in elementary school.
I
Bigger,
believe it.
meaner. You know, chicks did stuff like that.
Hell, I believe it. Hell, it was in the hood, shit. It was in the hood where I grew up at, shit. Back up in Indianapolis.
What's going on, MOT, with the nice suit on, man? Could you?
MOT.
Hey, yo, salute, double OG, big bro, MOT.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Yo.
So, how do you feel about this? I know you're from the South, y'all got a different way, but how do you feel about this? Do you just like let stuff like this ride?
We don't. Like, most men don't do that, and it's like, it's a shame, because most of the people trying to show their ass off for people, they've ruined it for black men everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
This is true. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
It's fuck.
This is embarrassing. This is saying to like white women, like, if you were to come to my house and something like this happens, I'm just going to stand by. This is saying, this is saying that if you're with us, this can happen to you.
God, it's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. You know, it's sick. And we just stand around and do nothing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like a regular beating. In addition to the pain that comes with an ass whooping, there's the humiliation of being dragged around and lectured.
I just looked at the chat. Calhoun said, "Grow up, sir."
How's everyone doing, y'all? What's going on?
Come on, Calhoun. You have a lot on your mind. You are defending the right to not defend. Weird ass. Like, that's what you're doing. You are saying that a person should not be defended.
What's going on? I just got on.
Because she is getting beaten because of the way she looks.
What the fuck?
That's my phone. She is getting beaten because of the way she looked. Pretty girls everywhere. See, Nana envy should just be that. And that envy should turn into a lure to better yourself. Like, I envy MOT's wallet, for example. So it makes me want to make more. You know, like, it doesn't make me want to rob him, try to beat him up and take it, you know. However, because we allow society to turn into the savage land and make every day the purge in the black community, we allow shit like this to happen.
Wait, what's
Do you know
going
what the
on?
Savage Land is in the X-Men universe? It's a place where dinosaurs march all over the place and they run shit.
Exactly.
Savage Land.
Exactly. Dinosaurs and mutants and stuff. Yeah,
it's called
exactly.
the Savage Land.
Huh?
The Savage Land. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the Savage Land. No, that's what I'm saying. We turned it into the Savage Land where every day is the purge. You know, like we need some rules and regulations, and it need to be enforced by testosterone.
No, but
that's how us men keep each other in check.
Common sense too. Like, most of these dudes are devoid of logic and reason. This is why they get away with this shit. That's the problem.
Exactly. How you gonna expect this young lady to grow up respecting a patriarchy when she's seen what men do? How's she gonna ever see this?
GC, I didn't see.
Damn it, Mel.
Sorry,
right.
no, I just got on. That's what I'm saying. I just got on, came straight to it. I didn't see what videos you played or something.
Listen, Mel, I had 2 men pull me in a car because I was about to get my ass beat by like 3 chicks, and they pulled me in a car and drove off.
Wait, you?
Yeah, no. What happened was, like, it was this guy I was friends with that I used to talk to. I didn't realize that his girlfriend. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. So basically, like, 3 or 4 chicks came at me, and 2 dudes saw it and pulled me in a car and drove off. Like, it's all right, we out. But the girls followed him all the way to my house. It was weird.
What?
So wait, hold. These girls tried to jump you?
Yeah, they tried to
jump
you.
You trying to steal their man?
I didn't try to steal her man. What happened was I was friends with her man. We were just friends, but she didn't like me because she saw my Instagram. She saw, and she didn't like me, so she knew it was me when she saw me, and then she came at me and they put me in a car, the dudes, and it was like, where you going? I'm gonna get you home. These chicks follow me there, and I had to pretend to call the cops for them to like leave me alone because they was like banging on the window trying to get in. You know, it was bad.
Oh,
exactly.
That's why it's good to keep.
Pretty girls deserve protection.
And in that case, that's why it's good in those situations to have them a mace and a knife in your shit.
No, exactly. Tasers also.
I mean, a good knife that would dig in their skin.
Yeah, but these chicks had bedroom slippers on, pajamas. One had like a scarf on, like a Crip scarf.
That's a dirty looking hook booger chick.
Yeah, they was dirty.
So this video right here, these two chicks are jumping this chick in the bag. Why are they jumping up for?
Because she looked better than them. It's not envy. And because
that
she
shit happens
can,
a lot in the South.
and because she can, and she knows that the men aren't going to do anything.
That happens in New York also, especially in the hoods.
That's my point. My point is that the men should stop something like that. Ugly women should not be allowed to beat up beautiful ones because beautiful women are better women. And they deserve protection. That's what I'm saying. You got people in that chat room saying that's childish. How's that childish? This isn't childish. Treating a poor girl like this. Look. She lecturing her. She telling her not to be beautiful. Look at her hair.
Also, we don't even know why they jumping to begin with and stuff.
They jumping her.
You can't just assume that they jumping because she's beautiful and stuff like that. Also,
they probably meant.
Yes, I can.
You got some.
Yes, I can. That's the only reason why women fight.
They probably meant that the whole situation is childish.
That is the only reason why women fight. If women, hold on. If women had wars, it would be a war between a nation of ugly bitches and a nation of beautiful ones. Right? No, hold on. If women scalp people, they will be doing it to sew their hair into theirs. The only reason why two women fight is because one is hotter than the other. Their life is not that complicated.
Man,
their life is not that complicated.
Pretty girls that talk like they thugged out and shit. They get what they deserve. I've seen that shit personally myself. So I see some pretty looking chicks that fucking think they got it about, and they got their ass beat to them.
They are better. They deserve. No, as pretty women goes, they have the right to talk down to less attractive women because the less attractive woman is down.
Why?
You know what's sad?
Because they're pretty. What do you mean why?
No, that doesn't make you humble, man. Nah, I can't.
So they should be humble. You don't think this ass whooping is making her humble?
That's my point of view.
You don't think that this ass whooping is making her humble? My point is that ugly bitches should be humble. They should be humble in the face of better bitches. That's why we got ugly 49ers in the community. That's why we got all of these overconfident fat ass bitches. Why? Because nobody humbled their ass. Nobody said that you're not her and she's better. So she walks around in adulthood thinking that she's regular. Like her vagina is the same as everybody else's. It's not because you're an ugly bitch. And that's why they be on Kevin Samuels confused as fuck because he's the first person to tell them what their true ranking in society is. You have a society ranking.
Is different, but
you have a society ranking. Like that, a beautiful one is greater than the ugly one.
Those shits are totally different and shit like that. Now, a situation where both is humble and shit like that for real. Everybody should be humble, if you're attractive or not.
Huh?
And that's a be a fucking fact.
Dude, she should be humble to the beauty. All right? This chick is humble. No, women are learning to be humble to brawn. Okay? We have created a social hierarchy that's upside down where the ugly bitch is on top. Okay? Now, when a Asian woman is beautiful, she is humble. She is admired. She is appreciated. She is on the top of the social scale. And she knows her worth and she gets her worth. And she is
you see what happened to Cleopatra,
right? Humble to the men that protected her from the ugly bitches.
And you see what happened to Cleopatra, right? Someone put that snake in that bathtub of hers and killed her ass.
Whoa. You don't know this Cleopatra story.
What the fuck?
That's not the Cleopatra story, dude. That's not the Cleopatra story.
Well, not even close.
Not even close to the Cleopatra story.
And even if it was, what would it have to do with this? What the fuck? That was just way off. And reputedly, Cleopatra probably wasn't even beautiful. What the fuck?
To the world, she is.
Everybody. GC, like he doesn't understand the Cleopatra story. The Cleopatra story predates the modern Ratchet, where she had actual appeal until her fucking eventual death. She betrayed every man she ever fucking came in contact with until her death. That's the story of Cleopatra.
Either way, she wasn't a humble bitch. She wasn't humble. She let that shit get to her head.
Okay, but what does this have to do with beauty?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, the chick that is holding the chick. Listen to me and listen to me good. If you feel that all women should be humble,
you feel like she deserved to get jumped because she's pretty or she's ugly or something? Like,
no, I don't.
That's not what we're saying.
Nobody don't deserve.
No,
I mean, you know
exactly. But she's the one getting jumped. You are speaking. You are speaking in the defense of the people who are jumping. Mel, you are speaking in the defense of the people who are jumping the girl. Okay?
Because we don't know what the pretty girl did.
Why would you assume she did anything? I'm just saying the only reason that she is getting beaten is because she is pretty. Period.
Play the volume.
Did she fuck with them chicks, man?
Well, put it like this. The ones who are doing the jumping, they ain't humble. And the only thing worse than being an ugly bitch is a non-humble ugly bitch. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, now that's real though. Now that's real though, right there.
I mean, I don't put no bitch on no pedestal. I don't give a fuck how beautiful.
No, it's not on a pedestal. I'm just saying that she's higher. That she's higher than the ugly bitch. No, it's not a pedestal to say a beautiful woman is higher than an ugly bitch. Doesn't make her higher than me. My penis is higher than all.
Because you're basically saying this woman's being jumped because she's pretty. Protect her.
She might have been a shit talker around the hood. Everybody.
She should be a shit talker. She's pretty. She should be a shit talker. She's pretty.
So much like that.
Ain't this some shit? You see, only in the black community. Hey, so
like, what kind of argument are you defending?
People in the people. I know. Why do dudes come to the defense of ugly ass bitches? Listen, how come in every other community? And when you watch,
show me this nigga's ugly bitch credit report. Like this nigga probably have an 850 ugly bitch credit.
When you watch movies like Mean Girl or Clueless or something like that, it's always a bunch of pretty chicks that's walking around treating ugly bitches like shit. That is their right.
And no, that's the fucking problem right there.
That is not a problem. That's why they run the world and we're fucking ugly bitches. No, that's why they run the world and we're fucking ugly bitches. Why? Because of backwards thinking like that.
No,
they don't understand the fucking hierarchy of women and men. No.
Treat everybody equals, man. Ugly ass, pretty or beautiful or ugly or what? You talk shit to people like that.
Listen to me. All you bitches, you are not the same. If you want reasonable access to my penis, you got to do more. Okay, you got to reorganize my basement, and you got to fucking mine me some copper. You got to mine me some copper. Go out into a copper mine and get me some, and I want some bronze. God damn it! No, that's what you got to do because you are less of a woman, and you have to say to yourself, "This is the reason why I am here. I am in this copper mine because I'm an ugly bitch." God damn it! Subscribe. What's on your mind? This man back there cracking up. All right, I'll let you finish. I see you on mute.
Like you see, like I don't get this. Like dudes think they get more pussy when they fucking argue for ugly bitches. Ugly bitches already have access to dick. This is the problem already. This is the problem. Motherfuckers have decided not to take up principle and just to give ugly bitches dick. That's their principle.
What the fuck that got to do with giving dick, yo?
What
I
the
didn't say anything about giving these ugly
what
bitches
in
dick.
the hell?
I ain't say none of that shit. Fuck all that shit. My point is, I don't give a fuck.
The side of the argument that you're on.
Let Mel let him finish. Mel, let him finish.
Mel, the side of the argument that you are on is not our side. I'm not sure if you don't recognize that or not. I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me how I'm wrong about what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I don't care if you're ugly or beautiful.
What the hell?
Everybody, hold it. Let me talk.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all want to hear this?
Beautiful. You should have a humble body, no matter how attractive or how ugly you are. You should be humble always, everybody. And if you talk shit, even if you're beautiful or ugly, you get what's coming at you. That's what my point is.
No, but you know what it's about
though? Talking shit to people and get fucked up behind it. That is your own. That's the consequence you're gonna get. The same thing happens with beautiful people. If you go around talking shit to a lot of people, you get the consequence that's coming at you. That's my thing with that.
No, that's facts though.
What happens when Debo talks shit?
He gets fucked up.
Did he?
Yep. Craig fucked
every
his
time.
Ass up twice.
Every time.
Craig fucked him up. Threw a brick in his face.
Okay,
wow.
That's one ass whooping. You know, however, because he was the alpha of his neighborhood for quite some time, you know, he was allowed to get away with saying, "This my bike, punk," you know, or I'd rather spend Red's money. That's just the hierarchy. That is just the hierarchy. And the hierarchy.
I'm gonna use another example. There's a scene in The Wire with the fourth season with the school kids. There was this scene with this pretty light-skinned girl who was going around picking on this ugly girl for no reason and shit. You know what happened to that pretty light-skinned girl?
She got sliced up.
That ugly girl sliced the shit out of her on both faces.
Yeah.
And you are okay with this.
She
no, she didn't deserve that, you sick motherfucker. No, she did not. She didn't deserve that, sick bastard.
No, she did deserve that.
That's the thing. See, how backwards is Black America when men are saying that little girls deserve a face slashing? For just youthful exuberance.
Really?
What the hell?
How the hell is wrong with you?
Okay.
This is the type of crap I'm talking about. This is the type of crap I'm talking about. No, hairy ass little fat bitch. And here's the cold part. The other little girl was willing to fight her. The pretty girl was willing to fight her. She couldn't even fight. In addition to being ugly, she can't fight. So she went out and got a weapon and cut her face with it.
Doesn't fucking matter. You got what you
it doesn't matter.
And then you say that she. And then you talk about humble. How humble is having a face slicing bitch in the society?
It doesn't matter if she's pretty or not. But
it does matter.
It doesn't matter.
Her face.
Damn. Oh well, don't pick
does matter.
Don't pick on people then. That's my
This nigga is willing to have pop balls for Wolverine in the fucking black environment.
You don't like pretty chicks.
Don't go around talking shit.
You don't like pretty chicks. You feel that only pretty chicks should be humble, and that way they'll fuck you.
Everybody should be humble. My point of view.
No, how humble is a face slicing teenager? Huh? How humble is a face slicing bitch? How humble is she gonna be when she grows up? How humble is she gonna be when she grows up and starts slicing penises?
This shit is crazy.
You think you're safe? Fucking an ugly bitch? No, you are fucking a chick that's spending her life like that.
What the fuck is this? This nigga thought he was on our team?
Oh,
what is this?
boy.
I'm confused.
Melody, this is your fault for not speaking up.
All
your fault.
Attractive or beautiful or ugly, everybody should be humble. But if you go around talking shit and looking down at other people, you're gonna get consequences coming back at you, no matter what.
She is beneath her.
Yeah.
What?
Ugly bitches are always talking shit the most. What are you talking about?
And that's another thing.
The ugly bitch get fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
Ugly bitches don't get fucked up. That's the whole point of this discussion.
No, it don't matter if the ugly chick get her face slashed because she's ugly.
Come on.
So no. She's already ugly. So it don't matter if she gets her face slashed. She is better. The prettier chick is better.
So
the pretty chick, the one that got her face slashed by the ugly chick.
I know, because she's trying to even the playing field. That's her trying to even the playing field. However, she must live with the girl for no reason. Understand at a young age that there is a large portion of the female population whose vagina is worth more. She needs to learn that young, and she needs to learn to accept it. She needs to be humbled by that fact. I am humbled by the fact that there is
both of them need to be humble.
Population I understand this. I understand that there's a bunch of mandingos and MMA niggas out there that can do that, and I respect my hierarchy. She needs to respect hers. God damn it! Subscribe. What's on your mind?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Kevin?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally apologize. I was putting him out of contact, and it was sir. By the way, my name is Kevin Sales. I have my own YouTube channel. By the way, if you don't mind me saying that.
Are you the one Donovan Sharp talk about?
Kevin
yes,
Sales.
I am. However,
Hey,
how you doing?
Yes.
I make standalone videos and I do live streams about this very topic. I too believe that, now mind you, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from a small city called Cleveland, and a lot of Cleveland has a lot of mud ducks, and a lot of these girls are suffering from what I call essentially they have caused an imbalance to the sexual market value. So a lot of ugly girls, short girls, girls who girls who are bigger than a size 5. Because so many men simp for them, they think that they're high value. So then when they come across an ugly little short dude like me who says, no, I only date 5'10" and super thin, they get mad at me. And so you are correct, sir. You are correct. There is a hierarchy. And what happens is a lot of these ugly girls, because I've experienced it, they set their standards too high. Mm-hmm. And now I know, I'm in my mid-30s, by the way.
Okay.
I've dated ugly girls. I've dated good-looking girls. I've never dated like a 10 before. We don't have 10s in the Midwest other than Chicago. But I've dated girls too, sir, who have literally said to me, nigga, what can you do for me? And I say, sweetheart, on a scale of 1 to 10, you are a 2. You should be thankful that I'm even fucking talking to you. But what happens is that their fathers, their uncles, their cousins, and thank you guys for letting me talk without any interjections.
Bitch-ass niggas.
And as a lot of simps that pump their head up, that tell them that they're princesses and all this shit. So now the bitch is 33 years old thinking that she's high value. And then when an ugly dude such as myself say, baby, you're like a 2 for real. You're over the age of 30, you've hit the wall, your body is sloppy. It's like it shocks them because they don't understand the hierarchy. But a good thing,
I agree with you.
Yeah, but good thing is men like you on the panel. I don't know which one was the one who was saying it, but there is a hierarchy, and I wish we can get back to that, sir. In the 90s. The cute, not the cutest, but the most friendliest girls were the fat girls. These were the girls that would do your homework. These were the girls that were nice because they knew that they were fat and they weren't desirable. But what made them desirable was doing additional things.
Exactly.
So now the ugly girl, the fat girl, she's what the pretty girl was back in the day. So the short, little, fat, little, pudgy girl is the pretty one now because so many simps are so poor or they don't have any game. They pump these
keyword.
They pump these little girls' heads up, and then when
this
a dude like
term mention strategies.
And when a dude like me comes along, it's a wrap.
And they shouldn't have to find out when they're 30. They should have to find out when a prettier girl makes fun of her. She needs to learn. Yeah. She need to learn at 13, not 31. And that's why they lash out at me. They lash out at Kevin. Or they lash out because I shouldn't have to be the one to tell you. You should have learned this a long time ago. Just like boys learn, don't snitch. Don't tattle and stuff like that. Certain things you need to learn the hard way on a playground. And, if you are genetically unfortunate, your place as a woman, your place in the hierarchy is that,
that's what I'm saying, though. She should be humble.
Can I bring up?
Can I be humble?
But there is a hierarchy.
If she's not a humble person,
I got picked last. When it came to basketball, and you know something, it humbled me. So I didn't go out trying to live some NBA fantasy. Okay, but what if somebody came along and said that's not fair? We're just gonna flip a coin to pick whose team we're on. Not only would the team be shitty because it got me, but it would just mess up the hierarchy so people don't know their place.
Can I say something, sir? And please forgive me. I don't know how your platform runs. So I don't want to cut you off. But you are absolutely correct, sir. When I was a teacher, I used to teach years ago before I started my own business and yada, yada, yada. I used to have like sporting events for the students and this and that, and then the principal. This is like during the time where all this liberal nonsense came about. It was the participation trophy generation, so everybody had to win. So when the one team won, and I would award them with like pizza and shit, the fucking principal would come in and say, "Oh, well, what about the other team?" Or when we had chess tournaments or other types of things that I would do with the kids, and the winners. Basically, there was no point of the team working hard to win because the other team, the losers, knew that they were going to get the same reward because I had to equally give out the reward to everybody. Makes sense?
No,
so
it makes perfect sense.
yeah. So when I was a kid, the same thing happened. I'm 5'6". I'm a midget. My dad told me, "You're not going to go to the NBA. You're too short." It was just, why is it that boys are told early in life about hierarchy? And your point about the MMA thing is right. There are men on this planet that are better than you at fighting. Sir, I do jujitsu. I know for a fact there are people who will. My coach will kill almost half the people in the Midwest in a fight, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just understanding a hierarchy. A lot of women are catered to and not told these things in life. So you are right. The 13-year-old little ugly little short girl is not told that she is ugly, and she needs to be. And you're absolutely right. She needs to be told that. Because, like you said, she's going to be 31 years old thinking she's a princess, and people like us are going to come by and say, "Sweetheart, you are a fucking mud duck who's hit the wall."
True.
Yeah.
True. I mean, she's got to realize it one way or another. Like, she shouldn't be humbled at 30. She should be humbled at 13.
13. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not what you're saying. You're saying that the prettier girl on the wire, the prettier girl was
the pretty girl was a humble chick. She thought
she was humbling the other. She needs to be less humble because she's prettier. She needs to be less humble because she's prettier. The pretty girl was humbling the ugly girl, just like she humbled. Listen to me good. The pretty girl humbled Daquan. The pretty girl humbled Daquan too. She said, "Can I move?" She said, "Can I move because this boy smelled like a garbage can?"
Yeah.
And the pretty girl got what she
So she humbled
wow.
And Daquan took his dirty ass and he went to school early and showered in the gym shower because there's nothing worse than having a pretty girl clown you like that. It's nothing worse than that. He wouldn't care if it was an ugly bitch. But to have a pretty girl say you smell like a garbage can and you can't do nothing because your parents is a crackhead, he went to school early and showered and changed his clothes and stuff like that just so he smelled good and to be correct. Why? Because her opinion is more valuable. And instead of for being better looking, going bulimic or anorexic or doing whatever the fuck a woman has to do to betterize her looks, she decided to slash her face to make everything even.
Good. Slice.
That's not good.
Got what she deserved. Fuck. You go around picking on people and shit like that. Fuck.
No,
I don't fucking like bullying. No. Fuck. She got what she was being a fucking bully.
Slicing somebody's face isn't bullying. Slicing somebody's face, not bullying.
Fuck that shit. She should have picked it on
you
her.
From New York,
you the wrong person.
You from New York. This shit's weird. I'm telling you. This shit's sick.
I know how it feels like to be bullied. That's how I fucked a couple motherfuckers up my damn self in my past.
So you was a young face slicing dude, huh?
The wrong person.
You was a young face slicing dude, and you think that's normal. You think that's normal. How was you bullying when you the one slicing face and whooping ass? Like, how was you the one being bullied? No. She was being reminded of her place, just like the other dude was being reminded of his fucking smell.
That ain't got nothing to do with no damn place. Shit, fuck.
Huh? I was a nerd too. I didn't slice nobody's face.
Fuck.
I didn't slice nobody's face.
But she still get fucked up. Doesn't matter if you slice the face or not. You're gonna get fucked up when you pick on someone.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. Craig was right. Craig was right for sticking up for himself.
Craig was right for beating up
however, beating up a pretty girl because for declaring her place on the hierarchy is wrong. And we as men need to stop it. We need to stop pretty violence. Okay?
Man, fuck that shit, man. Word, shit. Put on pussy pedestal, yo, nah. I see you picking on someone.
It's not a matter of pedestal. It's not a matter of pedestal. Just because, listen, not all pussies are created equal. Period.
That means someone's mentally crazy.
Equal. At the bottom of the hole of the worst pussies is Gabrielle Sidibe, and like at the top is young Megan Good. Listen, if I see Gabrielle Sidibe beating up Megan Good, I am going to intervene. and if I see Gabrielle Sidibe fighting Lonnie Love, and I would just let him go at it like some fucking sumo wrestler. But no,
because she's pretty. No.
Yes, because she's pretty.
No, because
they don't matter. You act like they don't matter.
I'm gonna sit back and like, nah, I ain't getting involved because you're a crazy toxic person. You get what you deserve.
No,
you're not innocent.
No, listen to me good. Pretty women have the right to be crazier than ugly bitches. Nope. They have all sorts of rights.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Hell no.
I agree with that. I agree.
No, hell no.
I agree with that.
That's why I said all women should be humble. All you have to go to the.
No, I agree, but
that's insane.
Should be humbler. They should be humbler. Okay, ugly chicks should be humbler.
More humble. Yep,
then
absolutely.
You're agreeing with me.
I call it what I want. Ugly bitches should be humbler. Like that should be their name. They should be humbler. Like just like in ancient Roman society, you had the women who was on top of the litters, and then you had the niggas at the bottom who's holding up the woman and stuff like that. That should be the ugly bitches. They should be holding up the litters for the prettier chicks. Yeah, on the way to getting more beautified.
Yeah, right. I don't put no damn bitch on no pedestal. I don't give a fuck how they track.
That's just the way it is. Listen, just like the sayings. You had the warriors, and then you had the motherfuckers polishing the pond and stuff like that. Shining the armor. And that's me. Why? Because I understand the hierarchy, and I can't do a Kamehameha wave. That's just how society works.
Yeah, Vegeta was a princess of Saiyan, so he got his ass fucked up by Goku and his son Gohan. So what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So that put
he was more powerful than Goku.
That put Goku on the hierarchy. That put Goku on the hierarchy.
Yeah, because he was the humble one. Vegeta was the bully.
Vegeta was
the bully, so he got what he deserved.
No. What are you talking about? Listen, you're talking about aristocracy. You're talking about aristocracy versus a person's natural right. Because Goku had that natural power level, he had the ass kicking power. Put Vegeta,
who was a bully, exactly.
Beauty is a woman's key. Beauty is a woman's key. It is her power level, and a beautiful woman's power level is greater than an ugly one. A beautiful woman's power level, and she gets her ass out. Listen, a beautiful woman's you are encouraging women to behave like men so they can create a hierarchy, a masculine hierarchy. That's bullshit. Women are they are measured by a different ruler, and that ruler also measures my dick. And how hard you make it is how valuable you are in this world. Damn it. You got anything, MOT?
You should MOT. Your face told it all.
Oh no!
you looked.
This debate brought you to buy Pepsi Cola. Everything. Get your Pepsi drink on.
Now, may I please say something, please?
Yeah, go for it.
I too agree. Is it Game Changer, sir?
Yes, Game Changer.
Okay, yeah. Game Changer. I too agree with Game Changer. If I were to see, now I'm not a fighter like that. Now I do martial arts, but I'm not a fighter. If I were to see Gabrielle Sidibe harm me, making good, yes, I would drop kick Gabrielle Sidibe in a heart fucking beat. And I don't know why. It's just prettier women should be protected. I don't know why. I mean, it might be a biochemical reaction. It might be genetic, but I believe that, I hate to say it, prettier girls.
I'm gonna let them duke it out.
Exactly.
How about that?
Because we don't know if Megan was a fucking trying to pick
that don't make no sense
for no reason.
No, hold on. Yeah, prettier girls should be protected more. It's just the honest to God's truth.
No.
Why not? Why is that?
Women should be protected.
Oh no! I agree.
Nonsense.
Sir, I agree that all women should be protected. But what I'm saying is
my sir, can I cut in, sir?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen the ugliest women on the planet Earth knock out grown ass men who stomped out cops. You can't let the women down south hit you. They will kill your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, but
no matter how big or small they are. I don't buy into the catching hands from a small.
But what we are,
I don't buy into it.
But hold on, but sorry, I think you're off topic because what was originally said was, would you help out a pretty girl getting assaulted by an ugly girl? And I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. Huh?
You should in all cases.
Yeah, but right, yeah. I mean, it's just a biochemical reaction to protect the prettier.
No, it's not biochemical. I know where the ugly bitch is going.
Well,
okay, go ahead. Why is that? Why is that?
It's both. We as men value beauty.
You don't understand why ugly bitches. Come on, man.
No, we as men value beauty and we protect it. Naturally, yeah. But in addition to that, we do know that ugly chicks do have a vendetta against prettier women. Just because they're trying to change society, they're trying to make society ugly so they can fit in it, as opposed to making themselves beautiful so we can live in a beautiful society.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I say. Yo, if the ugly chick want to go around acting like a bully, she get what she deserves. But that's the same routine for a pretty chick also too.
No, what I'm saying is,
for bullies,
listen,
that's
Gino,
my beef. I don't
Gino,
give
what I'm saying is
what
that
they deserve.
Or
I'm how attractive or ugly you are.
But Mel, what I'm saying is that the things that make women pretty, sometimes there's a direct correlation between how pretty a woman is and her inability to fight. The prettier women can't fight.
That is true.
So
you can twang all day.
But Zenza might be starting to fight. So you're gonna risk your life? You gonna risk your life over a pretty chick?
Yes, I am.
I'll send your roses at your graveyard, man. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna risk your life over an ugly bitch?
Risk my life for neither one.
That's the up there end of the argument, dude. Like you have to understand what side you on, man.
If she not neither. I ain't risk my life for either one.
Yes, pretty women are worth it. Now, if you look at this chart, this is the hot crazy line. Basically, it says that if a woman is between a 10 and an 8 and a 10, and she is allowed to be between a 5 and, let's just say this is like an 8 crazy. However, the less hot you are, the less you are allowed to be crazy.
Yes, sir. You are, dude. Sir, you are absolutely correct, man. God damn it. I make these videos all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So no. And see, notice this. Even if she's below a 5 and she's completely not crazy, it's still a no. This is the reality, okay? You get away with more. Listen at this. Even if she's crazy, you can date her. Even if she's a 10 crazy, if she's a 10, you can still put your penis inside of her. However, if she is only a 7 crazy and she's between 8 and 10, you can marry her. This is the reality. Yes, they can be crazier. The less hot chicks, no room for crazy. Why? Because their vagina is worth less than everybody else's.
Can I ask you a question, sir? Is this did you design this hot crazy matrix?
No. This has been out for a while. If you type hot crazy in Google Images, it's there.
I'm live streaming in an hour again, and I'm doing an episode about this anyway. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, feel free to clip it and just type the hot crazy matrix.
I will. Thank you.
But yeah, this is so that's just the way it is. That's just the way men work. You want to think that they're the same. That that in the eyes of God that all women are the same. But in the eye of my penis, hot women are better.
What do you think about short women, sir?
Oh, I like short women. Melody's short.
You said you do or you don't?
No, I don't mean I'm indifferent to a woman's height. Beauty.
Okay.
To me, I'm more of I'm like a. But see, I'm 6 foot. I think shorter guys like taller women.
Yeah, me. I love tall women. That's all I go after is tall women. I refuse to date somebody shorter than me.
Yeah. But no. No, I don't mind height. Melody is what, 5'2" or something like that?
I'm 5'2", yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and that's another thing. Melody was getting picked on her whole life for her looks. some ugly bitch putting air in her head.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Now, how do you measure in terms of crazy? I'm trying to follow your chart here. Like so between the 5 and the 8 mark, how do you scale a 7? Like what's the criteria of being a 7 on the crazy? Like how does that work?
I'd say a 6. I had a crazy bitch steal my shower head. So yeah, just it is hard to measure it because it's abstract. But
what? Oh yeah, you said that before.
Yeah, I told that. Yeah, so she's about a 6. I mean, yeah.
So when you're stealing from somebody, you're 6, pretty much.
Well, I mean,
no matter what you steal.
The fact that it's a shower head, something of no street value, is is just crazy. Chicks are crazy. Now I would feel worse if she was less than a 5. That's for damn sure. Like, what the hell? I just fucked the ugly bitch and I don't have a shower head. Like,
So what was she in looks? How did she look?
She was just one of these, like, it's hard to measure white chicks. I'd probably give her like 7.1.
Compared to a star, movie star.
Like Scarlett Johansson.
No, she's no Scarlett Johansson.
Or Elizabeth Olsen.
How about Megan Good?
She wouldn't be. Well, she's black.
Megan
Okay,
Fox.
so she wouldn't be a leading lady if she was.
Ice-T's wife, Coco. You say that level?
No. Okay, let's put it like this. Picture the woman from the Progressive commercial at her absolute best. Picture her on absolute best.
She's horrible looking, yeah. But
picture her younger and with a better figure.
Okay, I see it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just something like that.
Be like, what's that singer? Odell. Like that look.
Odell.
Yeah, the singer that
Adele?
lost the weight. She lost weight also. Like,
I'm not familiar with her.
No, Adele. It's Adele.
I thought it was Adele.
Odell. Yeah.
Adele. Yeah, it's Adele.
Adele. Yeah, but
But I didn't call her back. I didn't call her back. However, if she was a Jessica Alba type white chick,
yeah,
and I would just buy another shower head and right. That's why, because that's more valuable. But I mean, because it was her, it was like crazy ass bitch. Like, that's just how that works. It's crazy when ugly women do it.
Thief is thief, man. I don't give a fuck how beautiful or ugly she is. She a damn thief.
Well, she didn't steal it. So I found out later that she put it behind the toilet. So I don't know why. I'm assuming that it came off, like it broke off while she was taking a shower, and instead of her telling me, she just put it behind the toilet and left. Which is crazy. But no matter what, she didn't pass the hot crazy test. I'm just saying I would have put up with the shit if she was hotter. Is what I'm saying.
What is the danger zone?
Game changer. How did the chicks look like?
Well, like Flo from Progressive, but like not as hot.
Flo from Progressive.
I'm sorry, not as hot, but like Flo from Progressive with a better body.
Was this a white?
So she was cute.
Yeah, this was a white chick.
Okay.
She was plain. She was Flo from Progressive with a better body.
What you see, like you say with April from the ASMR?
Oh yeah.
You said like she's crazy, but she's cute, so she get away with it.
Exactly. Perfect example. Perfect example. I'll bring her up. April ASMR. She is crazy. She does all kind of weird stuff. She be on her show licking knives and all kind of crazy stuff. However, when you look at
is breathing now.
Views. Hold on.
Without the machine, he's breathing.
Yo, okay, good.
Oh, God. I hope he makes it.
I know. Man, he got some real demons inside him, like crazy. You got to fight.
Game changer. What would you rate Zoe Saldana?
She's not my type.
Really?
Because she's too slim.
It's not that she's too slim. It's just something about. It seems like when she did Colombiana, I would say that she is she seems to be under the impression that she's a lot hotter than she is. She's hot, but she's hot as when she's not human. Like she's hotter when
she was playing Gamora.
So she was hotter when she was Gamora or Natiri off of Avatar.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
I got you.
I understand you coming from right there, yeah, because it's like she wasn't trying so hard.
Yeah.
With those characters, I think when she's playing Colombiana, she's trying like, she is Dominican, but I think she's trying to assimilate to another race, something like that way. I think it is.
GameChanger, I have another question for you. Do you believe in the next 5 to 10 years that Sudanese women will be the gold standard on the planet? I believe that Sudanese women are some of the most beautiful women.
Are they? Where are they from?
From Sudan. From Sudan. Some of the most beautiful women right now are oh my God, yeah. It's like walking models over there everywhere.
I haven't seen it, but when I look at the only time I really the only time I see Sudanese women is when they talk about the war that they recently had and the tragedy and stuff like that. So they're not in the best condition. Like I don't see their best pickings, right? I mean, I can
name a lot of high end supermodels that are from Sudan, like Anok, Adut, Kek. Oh yeah, I know a lot of them. I think they're fucking gorgeous.
Well, I mean, right now it's close to that region. Right now, Ethiopia / Eritrean women are top to me.
Okay. Okay.
So, like, if they're genetically related, anything's possible. But so far, I only seen them as
they're not genetically related. But yeah, I got you.
As
I want to fuck with those Colombian chicks though, man.
Yeah. Yep. So this is April ASMR. She makes videos where she's just constantly whispering and fluttering her fingers together, and she gets thousands and thousands of dollars because her lips are glossy. She is and she's valuable and she is pretty. So she is more valuable.
It's like phone sets. A lot of dudes.
Huh? Well, it's not phones. It's not just.
I mean,
phones.
I know. You understand? Yeah, just hearing a soft, touchy voice in a seductive way, it stimulates the guy's mind that way.
Yeah. I mean, like if they don't have sexual options outside of where they are, this shit is valuable. In places where they have legalized prostitution, they would never fall for this type of shit. Period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even in those places, beautiful women are valuable. They're more valuable.
As hell. Even more
I
valuable.
believe it.
If they're not a prostitute and they're there. Still
exactly. Facts. Yeah.
GameChanger.
Sex worker, yes.
GameChanger. I'm assuming this, and please forgive me, sir. I don't want to offend you. This is my first time on the panel, sir. You mentioned Eritrea, which is used to be a part of Ethiopia. Are you a colorist, sir? Do you prefer light skinned women over dark skinned women?
No, I'm not. However, I have been called
light skin.
So I think he asked for the song, people. I think he's asking for the song.
No. I'm not. I never heard of it. This is my first time actually.
Play the song.
I'll tell you the origin of the song, but it's going to happen. So
I've recently made a live stream about dark skinned women being the gold standard. But if you guys want to come check that out, yeah.
Maybe that's some simp shit, but go ahead. And,
you said that's you said that's some simp shit about me making a video about dark skinned women being the gold standard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
well, okay. Why do you? Okay. Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. Dark skinned women have a lot of dark skinned women have a tendency to shame men into like.
This nigga done opened up another door now.
Exactly.
And my response to that. My response to that is you can't dictate what my
dictates.
You can't do that. Mm-hmm. Basically, you can't say that if I'm attracted to an attractive light skin. By the way, I'm with a darker skinned woman. I'm with an African woman. But you can't say that if I'm attracted to a light skinned woman, it's because I'm conditioned or brainwashed to do so. Sometimes they're just hotter. Now, look at my videos. You knew and hit the subscribe and like button.
I will.
But
you mean it's innate.
Right quick, brother. Less than a week ago, I interviewed Rashida Strober, who invented the term darkism. Now, and I interviewed her about a story that she told about how her daughter didn't get as much candy from a piñata. No, I'm not making this up.
Yeah, I remember niggas, boy, man.
Didn't get as much candy from a piñata as a light-skinned girl, and she cried darkism.
Yep,
shit was crazy.
So go for it.
I mean, she's stir fried with all the peppers that you can fucking name. And it's like, look, she knows where she's at. She's going to be looked at as a higher value woman because of all the fucking beach whales that are out there in her area. I understand why she's pushing that myth. But at the end of the day, dude, none of these women need self-esteem boost help from men. They have vaginal superiority. Not for the men who don't want them, but it's for the lower class dudes who do want them. They have the fucking options to do whatever the fuck they want to within the environment. They don't need anything else. They already have everything that they need. And when dudes are coming out here off the top rope with like additional dark skin fucking help, dude, that shit's not needed. These motherfuckers have been winning. Dude, there are women right now in Mississippi who look far fucking better than most of these women out here.
Can you cam him down?
Oh my God.
Mississippi?
Oh I need to be fucking dropped down.
I was so you said there's women in Mississippi who look better than who?
Most of the fucking dark skinned women out here who complain about colorism.
But you said most women in Mississippi. You said not most, but you said there are women in Mississippi who look better than what type of women?
The type of women who complain about colorism. Those women down there in the South who has the whole fucking city champing at their fucking bit, they're not worried about colorism down there. Actually, those women down there love the fact that they got all these fucking options of men out there. This colorism shit is some shit that I heard about once I left the South. So, I've never heard this bullshit when I was down there.
And I agree with you on that because living in the Midwest, I didn't hear about this shit until I started going on YouTube and talking to people from the East Coast. Yeah. It's like an East Coast West Coast thing. Like in the Midwest, we never talked about.
Well, no, we don't talk about that.
That's kind of like that too. Yeah, that's the same for me. I didn't hear about that shit till I got on YouTube.
YouTube. I never heard about it. You said Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
Which is the Midwest, right? Yeah, it's the Midwest. We don't talk about that shit here.
You're right. You're right.
Just to be clear, brother, I'm from Cali and we didn't talk about it either. But I'm from Oakland.
Oh, okay.
I found out about it when I went to college, and brothers from the South came and I started meeting them, and I realized that something was different.
Are you a member of the Divine Nine, sir? Off the subject.
No, but but a lot of my friends are.
Okay, I'm an Alpha.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, most of my friends, because it's Cali, are Kappas and Sigmas. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah. But listen at this. This is what happens when you accuse me of not knowing what I want in a woman and accuse me of being colorist.
That's the theme song.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, are you still alive?
Oh, now her right there, yeah. Oh.
Small and good, hard, her eyes green, her hands clean. She's ready and she cook the food in every room. Won't have a fit when everywhere she's outside. Don't call her mine. She great bed with her hands. She'll sit back for she had you. This woman, attitude, real behavior, outside and never find her skin screen, high self-esteem, her skin smooth, know how to move, she really fit, can't write that. Line with a knife behind, her skin is beige, you know, same page with a white girl class, but that's her hair wrong, let's sing this song. She's light skinned, she's the only one I want. She's light skinned, she's light skinned, she's the only one I want. She's light skinned, light skinned, light skinned.
That was really good. That's really good. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that a lot, actually. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, change the whole because the women look happy in the photo. It's not anything else.
Yes, they do.
You think
salute MOT?
Like dudes like being around happier fucking women who haven't been through these. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but these dark skin fucking consequences because of the shit that they put their body through. And it's like they did this shit to themselves, and they had vaginal supremacy over all these thirsty ass fucking dudes, and now they gotta fucking compete, and those women could never be out and fucking proud with who the fuck they were, and these motherfuckers was just seen as better because they couldn't express the fact that they were actually better based on the fact of the way they act.
And I agree. I salute to that MOT because most of the females that call Kevin Samuels, they're dark skinned.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the women who call the show. The women who call the show are the women who you need to watch out for in all facets of society, regardless. Like, dude, you're gonna run across the same mind frame. Like, dude, there can be women who are young looking as fuck, but if they've been through the fucking point to where they're calling into the show, trying to find them a high value home base to fucking slide into, waved in by the third base coach. That's what they're looking for. They got everything else in the world but a fucking high value. That's why they're looking for
they're trying to look for a high value sucker.
Oh, my bad. Oh, crap.
Yeah. That'd be a fact.
Yeah.
I got a second song. But, I mean, listen. I mean, the reason, for those of you who haven't heard it, I think Renaissance Chick haven't heard it before and stuff, and Aaron B. No, it's not about simping for light skin. It's about me at the time being pissed off at dark skinned women telling me I'm a colorist. Like, if I say Megan Good is sexy, it's because she's sexy. It has nothing to do with her skin color. Don't tell me who to like and who not to like and call me some type of is.
It's based on the behavior. Like, dude, people want to be in a great household without dumb shit going on. And it's like, look, once you have that vaginal supremacy shit, they just act out for any reason that they could because they know these dudes would do anything to get access to the pussy. And it fucks their head up. It does.
Hey, that's real shit though.
Exactly.
That's real shit.
Never let a woman shame you of your preferences, man.
Exactly.
Hell no. Hell no. I
like what my brain is triggered. I like a woman that make my cock hard. Fuck that shit. She make my dick hard. I want to smash her. Fuck.
Like those one chicks, like those chicks though, man. That I responded to in those slides and shit. Yeah. I seen a lot of light skinned chicks that look like that, boy. Like those two chicks that was in that slide when I responded. Man, yes, I mean,
they get corrupted by the ugly bitches around them. and in order to make sure that their life exists on the same planet that the ugly bitches do, they start acting like bad. Don't do that.
I mean, the thing is that I can make a song just like that for dark skinned girls, but I mean, I mean, it's not to say that dark skinned girls aren't beautiful. I'm just saying, don't come at me with the colorist argument. That shit is disrespectful.
Hey, if you do that for the dark skin,
you're saying I'm an idiot. I mean, you're saying I'm an idiot, and I have to be told to be attracted to something. I know what I like. You know, I mean, if Gabrielle Sidibe was light skinned, she'll just be a fat light skinned chick.
I think if you did a song like that for dark skinned girls, your views and subscribers will probably boost a little bit.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, they don't have. I mean, like, for the most part, they already have vaginal supremacy within the environment. They just want all the other people who don't want them to want them. Like, it's not like they don't have access.
That's exactly what it is, MOT.
That's the thing. Like I understand what's going on here. I talk from the level of understanding what the hell is going on. What's going on here is that they don't have an actual level to where they can retire off of all the abuse that they show people within the environment. And now they have a whole cadre of dudes coming online, picking up their talking points and trying to get men to act like the men that they think that they want, but they don't want them to. They want control, not access. They already got all the dick access they want. They just want more and more control over things. Which
there's a brother, a friend. Hey, how's it going, yo? I think this is my first time on the GameChanger panel, actually. What's going on there, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, there's a brother, a good friend of mine by the name of Adam MGTOW Ibmore, and he actually had a good breakdown on this. Essentially, black women for a good 200-300 years have had a dating embargo enforced against black men, meaning that black men have not had the options to choose better options in dating until really 2010, if you think about it, or 2000, because that's when Latinas started checking for us with the internet and Black Planet and all these other different early dating websites.
Oh, you taking it back right there.
Yeah, real talk. Because I'm 30, I'll be 31 this year. So around the time 2000 hit, I was 10. So I kind of remember some of these things. And, but prior to that, we were kind of under an embargo, if you really think about it, because you didn't have the smartphone. You didn't have, dating apps or nothing like that. You weren't competing with men across the world, right? You were only in your own local area. And you really couldn't go out to white communities unless you had some money like that, right? So, the average Joe, the average brother, was basically under an embargo. I mean, you had to deal with the local used up, public property broad, within your town that had 5 kids already, right? You had to deal with that until 2010, really. So, it is an embargo. It's extreme because back in the day, if you was out here dating women of other races, you would get lynched or other things would happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Especially in the South.
Yeah,
I think you could date interracial. Like in the 90s, it was okay in Oakland though, but that's California.
Yeah,
it's a lot more liberal. But no, I did hear stories about the South that they had like what is it, sundown towns and stuff like that.
No, that's north. No. Up north had sorry, MLT. Up north had the sundown towns because the South, it was basically open. I've lived in both regions. So I'm from Michigan originally, but I lived down south. I went to school down south. I'm in Texas now. So the South has an open culture that your place as a black man, right? But up north is where you had sundown towns like Anna, Illinois. Where I'm from, Flint, we had Cloud, Michigan up the street. At one point, Grand Blanc. In Detroit, you got Grosse Pointe. These were towns that you really couldn't go to as a black person. California has quite a few sundown towns. So, the term sundown town really means these.
I haven't heard of any sundown towns here.
Yeah, where you at in California?
Yeah,
there's a town up in Northern California that will say, because the book Sundown Towns covers this. I forgot what it was called, but they're mostly remote areas that went back early in the early 2000s, before, of course, gentrification became a thing, where black folks really couldn't go to until things would happen to you. But the reason why they call them sundown towns is that you already knew in the South you couldn't do X, Y, and Z. But up north, like in Anna, Illinois, they used to say that Anna was called ain't no N-words in Anna, because there was this big bell, and after 6 o'clock they would ring the bell. And if you were a black person found after that bell was wrong, things would happen to you. So, but yeah. But basically, because of stuff like that, amongst other things, a lot of the women after the 60s had a lot of shaming power over us, even now on the internet, if you sit here and say that you're not dealing with certain types of chicks, or in my case, if you refuse to date a chick over 22, or you want to marry a woman that's a virgin or whatnot, these loud packs and degenerates, little loud packs and pookies will come after you under the black woman, the queen's orders, if you know what I mean. But I'll go ahead and let y'all talk. Sorry about that.
Okay, let me give a thank you to Mel for the super chat, or excuse me, Stoic for the super chat. It says Mel is arguing against something GC hasn't said. Yeah, that I forget the argument, but thanks.
Exactly.
And Azrael, the Daywalker, and yeah, I appreciate the super chat. Salute to you both. All right.
Yeah, it was told that women back then was aspiring to be like white women, or want the same things white women got.
That's the main fact right there.
Yeah,
which I'm trying to compare us to them.
And then therefore, because their man, their husband, their black husband can't provide the same thing that the white man can provide for his white wife, they, bash him and all that, and try to degrade him and all that shit.
I mean, but the white man didn't have the welfare state coming in and kicking in more benefits than what he was making. So it's like, really? I mean, plains, they do that. They try to hold us on these Caucasian standards, and then when we start acting like Caucasian men, once we start getting some money, and we're like, well, okay, we got to hold you to a ranking system, then that's a problem. Well, you can't do that. Like what?
No, true. I mean, for the first time in history, black women and black men are starting to openly voice their standards. And unfortunately, when men have choices, they're going to set in hierarchy, and unattractive women is at the bottom of that hierarchy. And I think that they're very uncomfortable with that conversation because they were told that they're the same, and essentially they were lied to, because you're not the same. Not all vaginas are created equal. And they just assumed that if they stayed within their bubble, and their bubble being their local black community, that they'll have this sexual egalitarianism.
Yeah. It's not only that. I would like to add also too, what you were saying, GC. We got women out there that think men and women attract each other the same way, but they always speaking from a woman's point of view. I go through this debate all the time with my sister and everything, and despite she's married and everything, she probably makes up the outlier. I try to tell her, like, yo, we don't attract each other the same way. How you attract the man is different from how I attract a woman.
Yeah.
The game, and then all the messages I be posting and everything, she still speak her opinion about it. But I'm like, this message was for men. It's not directed for females. So you're not
then when you say that
at all.
But then when you say that, though, you got to also look at these dudes that want to look at and judge other men in the same way of how females judge men.
Exactly. Because that's another problem. We have too many simps out there that pander to females so much.
Like nigga, why you judging me? Like, why you judging me on my looks, nigga? What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah,
boy?
That recently happened to me. I'm not gonna say any names, but there was a panel of people talking about my looks, and it was funny because I was, people want to talk about my hairline, but the worst thing about me is my hairline. I'm not 400 pounds. I don't have a criminal record. I've never been on child support.
Oh, good shit.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm 30 years old with no kids. So
and all because of that hairline, a motherfucking chick won't fuck with you.
Guys,
I don't pursue, used up community property women anyway. So that's my
Oh no, I was gonna say, guys, it was great being on. I'll definitely cam back up again. I'll hit the bell notification. This has been awesome and very entertaining.
Oh yeah, you gotta go live, don't you?
Yeah, I do have to go live in like 15 minutes. But this has been great, man. Thank you. I'll definitely if you allow me back, Game Changer. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Good shit. Absolutely. Thank you.
Subscribe.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
You too. Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. I think that was Gino talking.
No, I was responding to somebody, and they were responding back to me, so that was me talking.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, it definitely has changed, and I think that a lot of black women, they want to date as men because they see an advantage in that. However, keep the advantages that they have as women. Because like they say, men are the gatekeepers of marriage, or women are the gatekeepers of sex. They want to be the gatekeepers of both.
Exactly.
Which is impossible because I mean you gotta think about it. These are the same women who had it bred into them that if they had a certain amount of kids, they would get manumitted in slavery. I mean, a good friend of mine actually found the documentation proving that. I have to go find it. But so these women have always been bred through slavery that they could be just as aggressive as a man. Like I this I was talking with my sister, my older sister who's a feminist, and she was like, "You wouldn't date a 30-year-old woman that was a lawyer that had no debt that was cute." And I said, No, I wouldn't waste my time.
Yeah.
Well, she's a lawyer, and I was like, okay, that's cute, but that's a masculine trait. Showcasing your accomplishments, that's what men do. But you're 30 years old, so I know you've been on the carousel. Like, no, why would I want somebody else's used property?
Well, I mean, if she's attractive, I would. I would tell your sister that. Like, I would date an attractive 30-year-old woman who's a lawyer.
Well, I mean, I smash, but I wouldn't marry her.
I'm not against a woman being a lawyer or something like that. I mean, it does show kind of skewed priorities, but that shouldn't be a selling point. Like, I mean, my sister said,
but doesn't that run the high risk though of her being an argumentative chick? Like, being argumentative with you in a relationship.
I guess I'm speaking from experience because I'm an accountant in my trade, right? So I know about these lawyers. I work with consultants. I work with these different types of women, and see, I would smash, but we're talking about marriage. I need a woman that's going to submit to my authority. I've been very open.
That's a fact because you got to realize certain jobs
like Jenny Ma, successful women do submit to a man's authority. However, I will concede that they're far less likely because a lot of women become successful because they feel that they won't get by on their submission alone.
So that's a fact.
Yeah. And on top of that, I want 6 kids. And remember, a woman at 30 years old doesn't have the same quality of eggs, and her eggs start dropping at around 25. Let's be real. Like, men are attracted to youth and fertility.
No, definitely younger, hotter, sexier, childless. But keep in mind, I'm 40. I'm in my 40s. So, of course. So, relatively speaking, it's easier for you to say that. But my girl's 31.
Oh, well, I mean, brother, you gotta go.
I'm saying your age to her, she's older. To me, she's younger. That's what I'm saying. Like 30 may seem old to you.
No, I was just saying that, brother. You pretty much you can still date younger women around.
I do date younger women. Yeah. I'm just saying because you said 30, like that's the cutoff. I'm like, that's not for me. That may be the cutoff for you at 31. You said so. I got you. And I did that.
Okay. You're right. Sorry about that.
Nah, no worries. But no, I mean, I do agree that it's less likely that a successful woman is also submissive, but it is possible. I mean, unless her success has to do with her beauty, chances are she's not that submissive.
Well, with all due respect, I think the position I'm coming from is that when you look at the divorce rate and you look at the women that's more than likely to try to take you to divorce grape you, hit you with the divorce grape. These quote unquote successful women are the number one candidates. And remember, we all know that 80% of women initiate divorces. So, personally, on a personal level, those type of women I would avoid because I already know if you've been through the academic ringer that you're basically learning how to compete as a man. So I already know that
they have to be masculine, for those type of levels of success. Their body's not made for that. Our body's made to do that. They have to build up all that testosterone. They don't know how to get rid of it. Yeah, when they get home.
Well, they got that Lilith spirit in them. The feminism puts that it programs that Lilith spirit.
Exactly. So you start to see more females committing crimes like crazy now. Like what the hell? Like robbing dudes in cars, like slicing motherfuckers outside. Like damn.
Well, I noticed it's mostly the hood rats doing. I saw the video of the girl who took the car with the dude in DC and the guy
teenagers. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I saw that. They've always been like. I mean, I grew up in Flint, so I've always seen stuff like that. That was nothing new to me. Growing up in Flint back in the 2000s when I was a teenager, I knew all sorts of chicks that did ratchet stuff. But that's always been a big thing in the community with the chicks out here being ratchet and whatnot. But I'm saying though that one of the things that Coach Greg Adams says, which is true, is you never want to marry a chick that's a feminist because you are guaranteed to get yourself down the family court. That's why.
Well, feminists are not women, and therefore don't deserve our love or respect.
They just get the penis and get out that damn door. That's it.
You said feminist.
I will say
that GC, you said feminist.
Yeah, feminists
are not women. Yeah, deserve our love or respect.
Well, on a personal incident, in my subjective opinion, I respect any woman or anybody that comes to me until they attack me. Now I don't marry people. Like if you're a feminist, I won't marry you. But I don't disrespect anybody until they attack me. That's kind of how I've always been.
The absence of respect isn't disrespect though. It's just neutral, like
Yeah, I'm neutral. Like I know it was in the comments earlier. Personally, I wouldn't defend any chick that was under my authority, no matter how pretty she was, unless you're under my authority or like I know you type of thing. And I really know you. Then I'll protect you. But a chick that I don't know, personally, I wouldn't, defend anybody. The feminism having that, right? But that's my personal opinion. So
no, we agree to disagree on that one. But
that's fine.
So here's what I'm saying. That attractive women are treated different. Now, let's take this feminist thing, for example.
That's true.
Generally, I'm not into feminists. However, what's her name? Janae Moore can get the penis, almost all of it. So, she's a feminist, Stop me from fucking her. Now, it would be horrible. I would figure out a way to make it awful for her, but great for me. However, she gets it because in spite of being a feminist, she's attractive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's certain privileges that a woman gets for being attractive, and one of those privileges is being a feminist and being able to suck my penis. So, I'm just saying, life is different. Yeah,
boy. I mean, yeah, there are plenty of attractive feminists. I mean, I used to mess with some attractive feminists back in the day. That's why. These cats, I used to talk bad about single moms, because I was kind of vulnerable. I was kind of hurt, but I'm kind of neutral. I mean, I'm not marrying a chick that's a single mom, but back in my day, I used to smash them. Low hanging fruit. People.
Well, I'll give a single mom a chance, but it's a small chance.
Yeah.
It's a small chance. Like, it's like, I mean, you have between now and the moment I'm tired of fucking you to prove that you are worthy of me, to be with you and take care of your kid,
Oh, it's funny. Well, you don't ever want to put yourself in the stepdaddy situation. I mean, if brothers ask me for advice, like they don't have kids, and they'll say, "Well,
I say run as hell, man."
Yeah, run. I mean, go get your smash on
and go.
Yeah, I mean, put a condom on if you decide to smash. Now, I'm older now, so I'm personally against harlot mongering, but what people do with their Johnson's none of my business. So I tell brothers, protect yourself, but personally, I wouldn't marry a single mom. Whatever people do with their lives is their lives, but I'm nobody's stepdaddy.
Nope, shit. I learned that lesson years ago myself. Never do it again.
Oh hell no!
I give a reasonable chance. Now it's far less of a chance than a woman who's younger, hotter, sexy, or childless.
Yeah. But, the chick you showed on Bernard Riley shit, man, I wasn't mad at you when I saw her. I was like, damn, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was a single mom. Yeah.
Oh, she was? Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, she was a single mom. I met her son. Her son was like the worst 2-year-old I ever met.
But you gotta, people were talking, I think I left you a comment. I apologize to you about them jokes I made, but I actually had to think about it. I was like, this brother here, now personally, I wouldn't do it, but if you think about how much you paid, like you basically paid for how much a hotel would cost, actually a lot cheaper than what a hotel would cost in the DR, plus you had some food and you had some fun. I mean, that shit was guaranteed. I ain't mad at you. Cost effective. Shit, I'm an accountant, so that's some cost effective ass shit.
Well, I mean, put it like this. And this is what I think a lot of brothers don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
What type of person would I be if I didn't buy it?
Right. Yeah. Good point.
Like if I didn't do something, I'd be a freeloading. I'd be a naganaga.
Which is most of these dudes speaking against you are professional freeloaders, especially if you look at some of their records.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that I'd be a freeloader. Like I would be like messing up the reputation of brothers and stuff. Like I'd just be that dude that just that freeloaded, And it's not like if I stay in a chick in America's place for 4 days, and because I have my own place, I'm just choosing to stay there because of the company. Like I'm saving, Like I would pay mortgage whether I was there or not. But so it's a whole different dynamic. And
compare the average, resort in the DR for 5 days is like what, 1,500, or a hotel, like 15 to 11. I mean, I'm going down there in September, so I've been pricing these hotels, And it's like, you know, using a chick as a hotel, that's a Pookie and Ray Ray and Lil Loud Pack move. So it's
if
like
I didn't get the stove, I paid my stay. I would be Pookie Ray Ray if I didn't get the stove.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
now people see I'm not a homosexual, you know. So I guess because I stayed with her, I had to choose between being a homosexual or a trick. So I guess I chose trick, but you know.
Hey,
we all
what
the hell? I was sidetracked.
What the hell? we all trick in some way. We all trick in some form of fashion.
Exactly. My thing is why people pocket watching? That's another thing I'm beefing with. Like, yo, why are you worrying about how this man's spending his money?
It's an effeminate trait. I had one of those cats pocket watch. I had to check them. See, the problem is dudes think, and I guess the narrative now is that I'm a lame and an incel, and I be telling cats like, okay, but I have a lot more game than most Negro nerds do, right? But
they try to say you're an incel.
Yeah, they try to say that I was an incel. This is recent. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say any names.
They'll say that once you they find out that you're hip to shit like Dragon Ball Z and all that other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I like Zelda, I like Final Fantasy and Castlevania. I mean, I'm a nerd to the core. But I was also
book conventions too.
Yeah, I don't go to conventions, but see, I also was in the army, and I'm also from Flint. So like, cats try to run that game on me, but it's like, fam, like you run up on me, I'll whoop your ass. I'm like, okay, bro, I carry. So pull up on me if you want to. I go to the gun range, and I tell my brothers that as a man, you should be working on your defense skills because Pookie's always lurking, and Pookie thinks that he's equal to you in intellect, and you have to protect yourself, right? But a lot of cats don't know. Like, I'm not with the game conversation, but I do know game. But mature men don't play games.
Yeah.
See. So
right, you know what I mean? Like that's why I can't relate. Like game, motherfucker. What you talking about? Like
mature men don't play games.
Stop using the term game. I just say mating strategy. That's it.
Yeah.
Or I just say style.
Yeah. Exactly, because people use that word game so much it have all these different meanings to it and shit. It became inflated.
And I don't want to use it because other motherfuckers use it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, a lot of these degenerates that happen to be in Gen X don't understand is that they're game. And not all Gen Xers are bad. And let's make that clear. I mean, the brother hosting this is a Gen Xer, so let me clean my language up. But what I do want to say is that the Gen X strategy of you got to have game, that's outdated, especially in Me Too culture. Like a lot of these dudes who grew up with a smartphone as the main primary dating source. They didn't have Instagram growing up. Like your game is outdated. Flat out outdated.
Exactly.
Like I want to slap those dudes. I want to slap those dudes and be like, man, you lost it, man, because your game wasn't tight, man. Motherfucker, get the fuck away from me.
I mean, you out here talking about you got game, but you've been on child support for breeding a whole bunch of kids recklessly. Like you are nobody to take advice from not from me. My parents have been married for 53 years. If I want to ask about marriage advice, I can go holler at I have a daddy. All right. Most of these dudes ain't got daddies.
Motherfuckers bragging about straggle daggles and shit like that.
Wait. They haven't actually displayed straggle daggles. Like they haven't really showed any evidence of.
Nah.
Well, nothing. I mean,
have you ever noticed now that sometimes when some game dudes, they be trying to redefine certain terms so many damn times, make it so differently. It's like you diluted it so much, like. Almost like you catch them contradicting themselves a little bit.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't hate game dudes, because people have their own lanes. But my thing is, don't attack, brothers who are productive that are out here, like I had a cat say that. Well, my problem is I'm an accountant. I'm too analytical. I'm like, dude, accountants help build the world. And whereas you have a history of being a criminal. Like, what are you talking about? Like the game. I always say is that all my brothers who are the nerds and who are more educated, you should know different female archetypes and how female nature works. You should know that because they pose as a threat to you in family court. But I'm not going to sit and tell you that you got to manipulate women or that you got to be super Negro to go have sex with a chick. So wait, a man's basic function is to protect and provide. You're doing what you're supposed to do as a man.
They want you to be a 50 Cent from Get Rich Die Trying.
Like, no, I'm not 50 Cent. Now, if you run up on me, I will put you down 6 feet under like 50 Cent. But no, I'm not 50 Cent. That's the thing. I'm never going to be 50 Cent. That's not my lane. Like they try to get me to holler at some chick, And I wasn't disrespectful to the woman, but I was like, I don't even try to approach women like you. Like, come on now. I mean, you on the internet with all this shit showing now, I'll pass. No, thank you. Yeah, you're out of my. We're in different leagues. I have no problem admitting that.
All right, so let's do closing thoughts because I'm hungry and all that good stuff. All right, let's start with Truth. City of Truth.
All right, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, closing thoughts. Or you want me to come back?
Well, I think we had a really productive conversation. We went over so many things.
Yeah, true.
I think everything that was good that needed to be said has been said. So I don't really have any closing thoughts. And, I'm glad I was part of the conversation, and I'm looking forward to more good conversations like this in the future.
Okay, yeah, you're always welcome back. I appreciate you. All right. Mel, closing thoughts?
No, not really, man. Enjoy the evening tonight and everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just had the good entertainment.
Okay. All right, and Ray.
Shit. I would say this. Be your own man. I mean, if you're a brother, blurred. If you're a blurred, black nerd. Shit, do you? Hey, don't let nobody make you feel lesser than, because you're blurred. And hell, you might be a dude like myself, working 2 jobs, or and having multiple streams of income coming in, and don't let them make you feel like shit because you ain't like somebody else, like some other dude. Stand tall, stick your chest out, and with your finger up in the air to everybody saying fuck you. And be yourself.
That's what's up. Appreciate you, Gino.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is that.
Thanks for having me on too, though, bro.
Oh yeah, thank you. I thought appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome back always.
Oh yeah. All I'm gonna say is that a true masculine behavior is the ability to not only protect and provide for yourself, but also to determine what woman gets your time of day. Once you're in your full stride, especially in your 30s. You have the right to do what you want to do with your wallet and your Johnson, all right? And nobody has the right to police you for that, because when people pocket watch or Johnson watch, it's actually a feminine behavior. So SYSBM, folks, and I am out. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Okay, appreciate you. And Melody, last but not least.
Great show. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Okay. Don't forget, put your link in the chat room. Subscribe to Melody, help her get to 1,000 subscribers. She's almost there. She has great content. I'm always over there. So yeah, make sure you check her out.
Just type in Sweet Melody Speaks and you'll find me.
Okay. Outside of that, I would like to thank
salute Melody.
Hi.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Good night.
Yep.
Okay, outside of that, I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, the managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out, and a special thanks to all of my members. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, y'all. Good night, y'all.
Good night.